A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all-old-time radio.
Kroger Tenderay Beef. No other beef so fresh can be so tender. Presents Hearts in Harmony, transcribed. K is for Kroger. C is for cut. B is for beef. KCB means Kroger cut beef. And Kroger cut beef means more meat for your money. Remember that fact, ladies. Remember that Kroger cut beef gives you more meat, less waste. And for this reason, before the meat is weighed and priced, the Kroger method of cutting beef removes excess bone, excess waste, and stringy ends. Yes, that's before the meat is weighed and priced. And listen, you get the top U.S. government grades of beef. Yes, sirree. It's tender, juicy, rich red, and marbled with just the right amount of flavory fat. So you get better value in top-grade beef. Let's take a Kroger cut chuck roast as an example. Before the roast is weighed and priced, the Kroger method of cutting beef removes excess waste and stringy meat. You're bound to get a better value because you get more solid meat, only a minimum of bone. No matter which you prefer, steak or roast, you receive more meat, less waste in Kroger cut beef. But make that discovery for yourself. Visit your neighborhood Kroger store and get Kroger cut beef. It gives you more meat for your money. And now, Hearts in Harmony. A man who is loved and lost has a chance to show the stuff of which he's really made. For a good lover can be a poor loser. Johhny Keith has undoubtedly lost lovely Penny Gibbs to wealthy Barry Carlton. But there are no doubts as to Johnny's ability to lose gracefully. This evening, he's at the Gibbs home talking to Jed Billings about his dream house.
Cost is mounting every day, Jed. I wonder if we aren't setting up more than we can build.
The dimes and dollars are adding up, eh, Johnny?
Mm-hmm. It's practically multiplying every time we make a change in the plans. Well, you'd be surprised at the cost of the blueprints alone.
Nothing surprises me when I venture into something new, Johnny. But we can't let the cost of this thing go too high. The house has to sell for a moderate price, or we're defeating our own purpose.
Well, maybe we're trying to make the house too good, Jed.
Can't build a house that's too good, Johnny. Maybe our cost is slipping out of line because we're using materials we shouldn't use, or using the right materials in the wrong place. Let me see that specification sheet again.
Oh, no. Well, here it is. You mean this one, don't you?
Yeah, this is the one. Well, I don't see anything here we can do without. And I guess you've cut everything right down to the bone, haven't you? Haven't you?
Huh?
You have, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what? You don't know what I'm talking about.
Sure I do, Jed. Cost.
I was talking about cutting everything right down to the bone, and you weren't listening.
No, Jed, I'm afraid I wasn't. I'm sorry.
What's on your mind, son?
Nothing.
Here, take this specification sheet. Put it back in your briefcase.
Oh, Jed, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, son. I know building plans and purchase sheets aren't the only things on your mind these days.
Well, they occupy most of my thinking, Jed.
Most isn't all. And I wouldn't expect them to be all. Not with things in the state they are right now.
Things, Jed?
Mm-hmm. One thing being a girl I like to think of as my daughter, even if I am technically only her foster father.
Why, I've practically given up thinking about Penny.
For practical reasons, for purpose of getting our dream house built and sold in a long line of buyers screaming for one just like it, I'd say that was a good idea. But for your own personal satisfaction and in your own interest, seems to me you have to give considerable thought to the pros and cons of letting Penny get away from you for good.
Well, there's no pros and cons about it, Jed. Why, in spite of the fact that I've done several things to make her miserable, my first thought is, and always has been, for Penny's happiness.
You still love her, don't you, boy?
Well, I think that's pretty evident. But if Penny's going to be happy with Barry, well, I want her to be happy, that's all.
And you're satisfied that she'll find her happiness with Barry, eh?
Well, why shouldn't I think so? Penny's grown up enough to know her own mind. She knows what she wants. She's made her choice freely.
But, son, people sometimes do things of their own free will that are not good for them.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I won't say I think Penny's infallible. She makes mistakes, sure, the same as the rest of us. But I somehow feel that Penny has thought out this whole matter of Barry to a point where the possibility of error is practically nil.
Yeah, but you admit a possibility of error, however small, eh?
Well, sure. Everything's a gamble, Jed. Everything we do has the element of chance in it. Every step we take is a step into the unknown. Every plan we make is subject to the whims of fortune that may turn it into success or failure.
You're taking a fatalistic attitude toward things in general, Johhny. Do you think that's smart?
It's comforting to feel that there's nothing you can do about the things that happen to you, Jed.
In the vernacular of the generation just growing up, I'd say you're a licked potato. Or is it a sad sack?
I don't know. I don't understand that language at all.
I think you're in the category of a sad sack, or maybe it's a goon. Anyway, in anybody's language, you're taking this lying down, son. That isn't like you.
Well, I'm just keeping my place, Jed. As far as Penny's concerned, I'm just someone in the background now. If that's where Penny wants me, that's where I'm going to stay.
In other words, you're just silently giving approval of Barry, eh?
Well, is it for me to approve or disapprove of him? I don't think so. Barry's a nice guy. Well, he's better than a nice guy. He's not the type of person I understand very well, but the little I do understand about him...
Oh, it's Penny. I think most everybody's out, Penny, except Nora. She's in the basement.
Oh, I see. Well, we're really here to see you, Jed. Come on in, Barry.
Okay. Barry.
No, sit still, son.
No, Jed, I think
Jed, I think Barry wants to talk to you about... Oh. Hello, John. I didn't know you were here.
Well, I was just...
Don't leave, Johhny.
Now, sit down, all of you. You look as if you're all waiting for a parade to go by.
Oh, you're looking very well, John.
I feel fine.
Hey, maybe we interrupted something important, Penny.
Jed, I'm sorry if we did. I can tell by Johnny's briefcase you were talking about the new house.
Yes, we were, child.
Yeah, we were, but I think we've made enough progress for one evening, Jed. It's getting late.
Look, it's not late at all. I mean, we can wait until you're through.
Oh, of course we can. Barry just wanted to talk to you
Johhny
about...
and I have found out our little dream house is going to be a pretty high-priced job. You think a fairly high-priced house will sell in volume, Barry?
Well, I don't know, Mr. Billings. It all depends on what you get for your money.
Tell us about the house, Johhny.
Well, it's not easy to
please,
describe.
you've added some new things to it, I bet.
Well, a few, but... Look, I really think I'd better go.
Oh, Johhny, look, please don't. Not on our account. After all, we were the ones who interrupted.
Oh, you didn't interrupt. You didn't interrupt a thing. Jed and I were all through. I guess, I have to be at work early in the morning.
Yes, that's right. We want to rush through those changes and get a new set of prints.
Oh, then you have made changes. Please let us hear about them.
They really don't stand up under just telling Penny.
Yes, you have to see them to appreciate them, I guess.
That's right. Barry has the right idea. Well, good night.
I'll go to the door with you, John.
Oh, that isn't necessary, Penny.
No, really, please.
I think Johhny knows the way out, Penny. He's used it often enough. Good night, Johhny.
Yeah, good night, Jed. Good night, Barry.
Good night, Johhny. Say, maybe we can have lunch together next time I'm downtown.
I usually grab a sandwich in my office, but you might give me a ring some morning. Say about 11.
Fine, I'll do that.
Well, good night, Penny.
Good night, Johhny.
Don't you two keep Jed up too late. He has some heavy figure work to do for me in the morning. Good night.
Good night.
So long. Poor guy. Awfully sorry we barged in on him like this.
Oh, Jed, I had no idea that he was here.
Oh, there's nothing to be upset about, child. Sit down, Barry. Sit down.
Yes, thank you, sir.
I'm just sick about Johnny. He seemed so embarrassed. There was no reason for him to be. I felt so darn helpless to do anything about it. I just didn't know what to say to him.
Neither did I. I felt like a thief or something just as unwelcome.
I think you're both just a little too sensitive about the whole thing. Johhny and I were through. He was about to leave anyhow.
Jed Billings, that's not true. Johhny didn't even get up from his chair until he realized Barry was coming in with me.
Penny, you know very well that Johnny Keith is one of those few remaining males who stands up when a woman enters the room.
Well, I suppose maybe he did stand up for me, but... Oh, Jed, there was a hurt look on his face when he saw Barry.
Yes, I noticed that, too. I felt about as low as the underside of this rug.
Well, if he did feel badly, it was my fault, Barry. I should have been able to do something or say something to put Johhny at his ease. I just don't understand it. We've been good friends for years, Johhny and I. I don't know why suddenly he should... Oh, I suppose I do know.
Penny, if you'd like me to leave...
No, Barry, don't be silly. It was one of those unfortunate things. Look, let's not talk about it anymore.
Talk about the weather is much less dangerous ground, isn't it, child?
Jed, tell me something. Was there any way I could have avoided Johnny's embarrassment?
No, I don't think there was. After all, it's not easy for an almost son-in-law to be talking to a girl's father when she walks in with his son-in-law-to-be.
Yes, I know how I would have felt in his place. Worse than I felt in my place.
Well, son, if you felt sorry for Johnny, rest assured that he felt sorry for you. The awkwardness of the situation was felt by everyone. Even I squirmed enough in this wheelchair to break the axle on the wheel. But doing a post-mortem on the situation isn't going to help it any, or make any of us feel any better. You two are going to be married, I hope.
Well, we hope to be, Mr. Billings.
Hope to be?
Well, Mr. Billings, maybe this is old-fashioned, maybe it isn't, but... Gee, I don't know how to begin this.
Oh, Barry, sometimes you're like a little boy. What happened to that speech you were going to make?
Well, it stuck in my throat.
A speech, eh? Well, sounds as if you were about to ask me for Penny's hand in marriage, to put it in the old-fashioned way.
Yes, as a matter of fact, that's just what I came to do, Mr. Billings. I understand that's the proper thing to do, and... Well, you see, there are so few things in my life I've done the right way. I want to do at least this the way it's supposed to be done.
Well, now, son, tell me, do you think you can support Penny in the manner to which she's accustomed?
Billings, shame on you.
That's a good question, Penny. Yes, Mr. Billings, and you might be interested in knowing that if Penny likes, we'll live on just my salary. It isn't big, but it isn't small.
You think I'm afraid your money will spoil Penny, do you?
Oh, no. Nothing will ever spoil her, Mr. Billings. Certainly money won't, and if affection will, then I'd like to be the one to spoil her.
Barry, you're sweet.
When are you two planning on being married?
We haven't set the date yet, Jed. We kind of wanted to wait a little while.
But before we do anything else or make any further plans, we honestly want to know how you feel about it and how Mrs. Billings feels.
I told you, darling. Mother's thrilled about it.
Well, then, you're our last obstacle, Mr. Billings.
Oh, don't consider me an obstacle, son. I think you're a fine boy. And if Penny loves you and wants to marry you, and you feel the same way about her, my blessings on you both. And may God give you the happiness you both deserve.
Jed's blessing seems certain to bring Penny Gibbs and wealthy Barry Carlton to the marriage they both want. Or will something unforeseen still block their happiness? Be sure to listen to the next dramatic episode of Hearts in Harmony. KCB. KCB. KCB means Kroger Cut Beef, and Kroger Cut Beef means more meat for your money. Right. Kroger Cut Beef gives you more meat, less waste. Because before the meat is weighed and priced, the Kroger method of cutting beef removes excess bone, excess waste, and stringy ends. Take a Kroger cut round steak or roast, for example. The Kroger method of cutting beef removes excess waste and stringy meat before the steak or roast is weighed and priced. You get a minimum of bone, and you get top U.S. government grades of beef. Beef that's tender, juicy, rich red, and marbled with just the right amount of flavory fat. But visit your neighborhood Kroger store and see for yourself. Remember, whether you buy a steak or a roast, Kroger Cut Beef gives you more meat for your money. Ladies, make plans right this instant to visit your neighborhood Kroger store, the only place you can buy Kroger Cut Beef. Surprise and delight your family with a delicious and juicy steak or roast. And remember, in Kroger Cut Beef, you get more meat for your money, because the Kroger method of cutting beef gives you more meat, less waste. Get Kroger Cut Beef right away at your neighborhood Kroger store. Be sure to join us again tomorrow, same time, same station, for another thrilling transcribed chapter of Hearts in Harmony.
of Avalon cigarettes, please.
Yes, sir. Oh, just a moment, sir. Don't forget your change. You'd never guess, but Avalon's cost you less.
So why not always Avalon with Avalon?
Good evening, friends. Good evening. This is Del King saying welcome to Avalon Time with Kurt Massey, Edna Stillwell, Jeanette, the Avalon Chorus, Bob Strong and his orchestra, and radio's red-headed ragamuffin, Richard Red Skelton. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want every penny you spend for your cigarettes to bring full value, then switch to Avalon. Cigarettes that give you more for your money. Yes, the outstanding cigarette value on the market today. Avalon are highest quality, but cost 3 to 5 cents less per pack than other popular price brands. And bear this in mind. That saving of 3 to 5 cents means a reduction of as much as 1/3 of your total cigarette expense. And that amounts to many, many dollars every year. Now, don't think you're sacrificing quality to gain Avalon's money-saving economy. Absolutely not. Avalons are union-made of a matchless blend of the world's finest Turkish and domestic tobaccos. In fact, you couldn't get finer quality tobaccos in any other cigarette, regardless of price, regardless of brand. When any cigarette offers such definite advantages, it certainly deserves a trial. So the next time, try Avalon, the modern cigarette, priced to fit the times. And now for some news. We present our Carrot Top commentator with his headline hokum. Here he is, that naughty, nicey, nutsy, nosy news hawk, Red Skelton.
Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And now for the news. Duff Hollow, Kansas, a small-town dog catcher after 5-year term in office loses his job. Nothing left for the guy to do. He finally caught the dog. Chicago, Illinois. This week in Chicago is Courtesy Week. In other words, automobiles are not allowed to hit more than 3 pedestrians in one safety zone. Now, you think it's not tough on the pedestrians nowadays? No kidding. The only chance a pedestrian has nowadays is to be able to jump 3 ways at the same time. The fashion news from Paris, France. Bustles will be worn this fall. Gee, my girl will be right in style. And she ain't trying either. The world in sports. The National League pennant will go to the team that's good for the long pull. In the American League, long pulls don't count, just the Yanks. Yesterday was Ladies' Day over at the ballpark. All the ladies got in for nothing. I took Edna Stillwell over there, and it was funny. So many people mistook us for sisters. News from coast to coast. College students and high school students prepare to go back to school. Gee, good old college. I wonder what the kids will learn to eat this year. Oh, I love school, though. 5 of the happiest years of my life I spent in the 4th grade. But after 5 years in the 4th grade, they finally put me in the 3rd. News from the fields of medicine. A man frozen in ice for 5 days is revived, and he says that he feels no ill effects. My uncle says they should do something for the guys who stayed boiled that long. You know, if they carry this freezing cure too far, all the doctors will go out of business. No kidding. Somebody gets a bum liver, all they do is open up the icebox and say to the eggs and meat, move over. Well, I think that's enough news for tonight. So I'll scram out of here and let Jeanette sing My Heart Has Wings. Sing it, pretty Jeanette, but pretty.
My heart has wings. I fly to arms so tender. To you in sweet surrender I cling. My heart has wings. With joy my soul is throbbing. I feel just like a robin in spring. I dim the light and dream of you each night. It's thrilling when you hold me tight. My glad heart sings. I'm flying high in heaven because my heart has wings. Glad heart sings, I'm flying high in heaven because my heart has wings.
Ah, that was very, very pretty, Jeanette. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to our slice of life. Things that happen in everyday life that you do and that I do. In fact, all of us do. You set the scene, will you, Del?
Right, Red. Well, as the scene opens, a young couple is found riding along the highway in an automobile. It's a beautiful night. Edna Stillwell plays the part of the romantic young girl, and Red Skelton plays the part of the handsome young man. Handsome. It's a very dark night, folks. Listen.
Say, can't this car go any faster?
It can, but I ain't going to get out and push it. Say, isn't it a beautiful night? Shall we pause and look at the moon?
We'll look at the moon, but you keep your paws to yourself.
Isn't it romantic driving along the road? Here we are, all alone, just you and me and the good humor men. I think we're out of gas.
Now, don't give me that stuff.
Why, ain't you got no money? Oh, it seems to be all right now. There for a minute, I thought we were going to have to do a little siphon work.
What's that down the road?
I don't know. Looks like a couple of hitchhikers. Shall we pick them up, or shall we just whiz by and let them swear at us?
I don't know. It's awful dangerous picking up strangers.
Yeah?
And besides, I don't think they're hitchhikers.
What?
Look, it's a dark night, and they aren't wearing neon thumbs.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're just beginners. I feel sort of sorry for them. Let's pick them up, huh? I got to get that sound man fixed. Say, you want to ride, fellas? All right, well, get in there in the back seat there. Just make yourself at home. Gee, I hope it's comfortable back there for you.
I wish you hadn't picked those guys up.
Oh.
They look bad. And did you see the bulbs that big one has under his arm?
Yeah, I bet he buys his clothes the same place I do. Well, what can you expect for box tops? Listen, don't worry. Just switch on the radio there. Gee, it warmed up fast tonight.
Calling all cars. 2 prisoners escaped tonight from the state penitentiary. They were last seen on Highway 41. That is all.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
2 escaped convicts on Highway 41.
Yeah.
What highway is this?
It ain't the road to Mandalay.
I'll bet they're the convicts.
Uh-oh.
Look in the mirror and see what they're doing.
Oh, they're feeling around in their pockets.
They're looking for the gun. Gee, in a minute you may be dead. I mean altogether.
Yeah.
Look, one of them reaching out his hand.
Say, buddy, have you got a match?
Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, yeah, here's a cigarette lighter. Just keep it. I got plenty more.
Have you got a cigarette?
Yeah, she just moved in. Here's a whole pack. I'm sorry I don't have a carton.
Well, as I was saying, Bill, before we picked up this ride, the best killings are done scientifically. Now, this afternoon, I killed 11 of them, and there wasn't a sound out of any of them.
Oh.
Stop sticking out your tongue.
That's not my tongue, that's my heart.
Well, don't let them know you're scared.
I'm not scared. I'm just scared. I'm going to get scared.
Well, if you're not scared, you better call back your eyes.
Yeah.
You take a knife like this and then with a quick stab.
Oh, sure. It's quicker that way, and they don't suffer so much.
Yeah, I'll bet it's more fun, too.
By the way, how would you like a big fat head?
I think they're talking about you now.
Yeah, a couple of those trousseau murderers. Boy, this road's getting darker and darker. Oh, look, there's a sign. It says 20 miles to Goslow.
Boy, you are scared. 20 miles to Goslow. It says speed limit, 20 miles an hour. Go slow.
Well, look, Ed, I'll try to talk them into letting you go free, but I want you to know that I love you, and I've only been untrue to you once.
You have?
Yeah, once I kissed the chorus girl on the forehead.
On the forehead?
Yeah.
She wasn't a chorus girl. And besides, I thought you were the one who never looked at another woman.
Now, look, dear, let's don't fight. I want the last few minutes to be happy ones. Well, farewell, my love.
Oh, look, there's a filling station.
Yeah.
You pull in there and I'll start yelling for help.
Yeah, and the guy will probably run out and start wiping off the windshield.
Say, Bill, don't you think these people are acting rather funny?
Yes. And did you notice the man looks just like Lepke?
Well, I'll tap him on the shoulder and we'll introduce ourselves.
Help, please, help!
My good man, what's the trouble?
Don't try to play innocent. We heard every word you said, brother.
And about those 11 people your pal killed.
Yeah, those 11 people your pal killed.
I didn't kill 11 people.
Oh, you don't even count them anymore, huh? You're clever criminals, but we heard every word you said.
Just a minute. Hold on there, fella. Here's my card.
Yeah?
Well, I'm Bill Green of the State Animal Husbandry, and I'm here to show the farmers how to butcher their cattle scientifically.
Oh,
Yes, and I'm Parson Smith.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Pardon me. Well, did you hear that, Edna? There are a couple of restaurants. Oh.
Can we do anything to repay you for your kindness?
Yes, you can get me a glass of water. My caveman just caved in.
By way of letting you keep up to date with the latest in scintillating rhythms, Bob Strong and his orchestra present Bob's arrangement of Tavern. Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear what the learned Chinese philosopher Ti Ching said about Avalon cigarettes? Well, he said,
in China, it is written in letters of gold, Confucius says, stitching in time was two in bush. Correction. Bird in hand, bad table manner. Correction. Good thing come in little package. Avalon come in little package. You're never guessing. They cost you less, eh?
Yes, friends, Ti Ching certainly knows what he's talking about. Everyone can save money, and plenty of money, too, by switching to Avalon cigarettes. Avalon's cost 3 to 5 cents less per pack than other popular price brands. And let me tell you, you'll be surprised how fast that repeated saving on every pack will turn into important money. Yes, many, many extra dollars. But judging by the quality, you'd never guess Avalon's cost you less. They're union-made from extra choice, extra select Turkish and domestic tobaccos, blended to perfection to give you cigarettes that are unsurpassed for real smoking enjoyment. Just think. Outstanding quality, exceptionally money-saving economy. Truly, Avalons are the cigarette buy of today. So the next time, try a pack of Avalon. Here's Kurt Massey and the Avalon Chorus to sing you a very beautiful song of a few years back that's still a great favorite. When it's twilight on the trail. All right, Kurt, we're waiting.
When it's twilight on the trail, and I jog along, the world is like a dream, and the ripple of a stream is my song.
Never ever have a nickel in my jeans. Never ever have a debt to pay. Still I understand what real contentment means.
Guess I was born that way. When it's twilight on the trail, and my voice is still, please plant this heart of mine underneath the lonesome pine on the hill. When it's twilight on the trail. Twilight on the
And now we come to the Send Out Skelton service. If you're in distress and need some help and need it bad, we'll send out Skelton. Here we are in Skelton's office where Edna Stillwell assumes the duties of a secretary.
Hello, this is Send Out Skelton service. The government's project is the WPA. Skelton's is the WPU. What's that, miss? Oh, you're getting married today and you want Mr. Skelton to come over and make your fiancé jealous. Are you sure you want Mr. Skelton? Oh, I see. Boris Karloff was out. Okay, you'll be right over.
Hey, what's this? I gotta go over and make a boyfriend jealous?
Yep, and does this make telephone history? The first time anybody was connected with a party they called and still got the wrong number.
Yeah. Listen, now don't go around selling me short as a glamour boy. I've got more oomph than I can handle. What do you mean, oomph?
Well, the bride just quarreled with her groom, and you're supposed to make him jealous enough to make him do his part in the wedding ceremony.
Another wedding, eh? Oh, I love weddings. Last June, I stood up for my uncle. You know, the one that drinks so much. He couldn't quite make it.
I didn't think any self-respecting love bug would ever bite him.
Well, it don't bite him anymore. It just sort of gums him a little. You know, you should have seen how red the bride's face was.
Well, can you blame her for blushing? Look what she got.
It was 2 months after the wedding before he found out that his blushing bride was an Indian. But romance sure runs in our family.
Well, get going, perpetual emotion.
Yeah. Well, I'm off to pitch a little woo. I guess it's the house, all right. See, the old man must be a chiropodist. The sign says, beware of dogs. I'll just ring the doorbell here. Somebody home.
Well?
I'm the fellow you hear on the radio that goes out and makes somebody jealous. I'm the one you sent for.
Another boost for television.
Yeah.
Well, come in. Don't look now, but that man over there, he and my daughter had a little spat.
Well, congratulations. A boy or a girl? Oh, spat. Oh.
Yes. He won't go through with the ceremony we planned, so I'm afraid you'll have to help us out.
Don't worry. I'll make him jealous. Say, what do you think her boyfriend will do when he sees me and thinks I'm going to marry your daughter?
He'll probably come over and wring your hand off.
Well, that's what... Huh?
Well, Cynthia, she'll explain everything. Oh, Cynthia, this is the man who's going to make Henry jealous.
Yeah, how are you, Toots?
Oh, it's alive.
Listen, I'll make that guy so jealous.
Oh, you don't look like you'd be jealous.
Oh, no. I even made my own mother jealous once.
Your mother?
Yeah. She looks at me and then gets jealous of other mothers. Now, if you don't want me, I'll just leave out of here.
Well, it's too late for last-minute changes. My fiancé refuses to go through with the ceremony, so you march with me.
Yeah.
And when he sees you, he'll get jealous and rush over and insist on marrying me himself.
He will?
Mm-hmm.
Why? I mean,
Now, quiet. Get ready while I talk to the bridesmaids. Now, let's see. I should have something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue.
I think that was the bridegroom in just blue.
Don't be silly. That's Henry over there. Oh, isn't he distinguished looking?
Yes, he is. What makes him so distinguished looking? Probably those horn-rimmed circles under his eyes.
Now, shush. You wait here. Say, dressmaker, keep your eye on this specimen.
But certainly, sweet Linnaeus.
Well, if it ain't Gypsy Rose Levy.
Please, in the business addresses, I'm being known as Mrs. George Bernard Schwartz.
Say, this sure is a screwy setup here, ain't it?
Oh, I think you'll make a lovely couple.
Yeah, that dame's fat enough to be a couple herself. You know, to marry her is on the border of bigamy.
I ain't talking, remember. But at her last wedding, because she was so fat, they threw puffed rice.
And you make her dresses?
Oh, certainly, and confidentially. It's the first time I'm making a tent with shoulder straps.
That sure is a funny-looking dress she has on tonight. What is it?
That's the genuine scrapes de chines.
Oh.
With accordion pleats with the wheel stitching.
With wheel stitching?
Ham stitching, I couldn't say.
Oh, I'm all aflutter. I'll go first, so watch out for my wedding gown now. Are you nervous?
Well, who? Me? No, I should say not.
Well, then stop chewing on that cactus plant. My last husband got an awful fright.
Yeah, you're telling me. I mean,
Oh!
Gee, I just stepped on your tail. I mean, veil.
Clumsy. Come on, now, you better walk with me. Oh, look at Henry. He has his eyes closed. He can't bear to see me with some other man.
Yeah, look at all those other guys smiling. I'll bet they're bachelors. Say, Henry don't seem to be paying much attention to us.
Don't worry, he will. Just wait till we're pronounced man and wife.
Yeah. Oh, now, wait a minute now. Man and wife, look, I can't. Look, I got to go see a man about a wife. I mean, I can't do it. I've got a child and 9 small wives. I mean,
Father!
Listen.
If you embarrass my daughter in front of all these people, I'll...
All right, okay. But just remember,
Say,
brother...
turn around and face the preacher.
Okay, but I'll never... Well, are you supposed to be the preacher?
Well, I ain't Shirley Temple McPherson.
Hercules, the parson.
I should say so, Mr. Skelton. And am I ready to give your splice for life?
But you can't do it, Herky. I just got to...
Quiet, Mr. Skelton. The ceremony must go on. Now, join hands. Now, do you, woman, take this man...
I do.
Well, if you're in such a hurry, I'll go faster. And do you, man, take this woman for rich or richer, for better or worser, for sick or sicker, till death takes a holiday?
I most certainly do
Well, here's
not.
the ring, Mr. Skelton.
Oh, look, Herky, I can't do this thing. Say, somebody else... Where's Elmer?
Don't get excited, Mr. Skelton.
I'm not excited. I'm just a little...
Well, then, for heaven's sake, stop trying to put the ring in her nose.
But don't you see, Herky?
Oh, for goodness sake, keep quiet. I now pronounce you man and wife. $2, please.
Oh, I'm so thrilled. Kiss me.
Is that necessary? I mean, is it customary to cuss the bride? I mean...
Not quite so soon. And for goodness sake, Mr. Skelton, don't shake so much.
But, Herky, I'm married. Me, a married man, and right when I'm in the prime of life, too.
Oh, for goodness sake, stop blubbering. Nothing happened. We both were hired as stand-ins at a wedding rehearsal.
Oh. Well, Dell, it looks like we're just about ready to tuck the show away for another week.
That's right, Red. Look, I don't want to mention any names, but do you know that somebody around here actually believes that Marshall Field is a playground?
You're kidding. But you know, I've often wondered what they use those fields for myself.
Good night, Red.
Oh, I don't guess he knows either. Good night, folks. I'll see you all next week.
Remember, friends, during the week when you ask for Avalon cigarettes...
Don't forget your change.
So why not always travel on with Avalon?
Yes, you'd never guess, but Avalons cost only 10 cents plus city or state tax. Red Skelton is appearing in person with Zazu Fitz and John Bowles at the Chicago Theater now and all next week through Thursday. Be with us next Saturday evening at the same time when the Brown & Williamson Tobacco Corporation will again present Avalon Time. Del King speaking. Good night. The selection Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead, heard in this program is from The Wizard of Oz. Avalon Time has come to you from our Chicago studios. This is the National Broadcasting Company. irresistible rhythms of Freddie Rich and his orchestra, the sweet and swingy songs of Connie Haynes, and that very familiar roly-poly figure whose sweet, mellow voice whispers... The Arthur Los Angeles Railroad Station, back home again. Those zestful zanies and screwy stars, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
Hollywood, last stop, all out for Hollywood.
Abbott! Abbott! Oh, boy, Abbott!
Where are you?
Here I am, here I am.
Oh, hello, Bud. Welcome, Costello. Welcome home. Boy, it's good to see you. How was your train trip?
Oh, Abbott, what a trip.
What do you mean?
I was seasick all the way from Chicago.
Seasick?
Yeah.
Seasick? How could you be seasick on a train?
Oh, I was sitting between two waves.
Well, everybody's glad to see you back, Costello. Hey, look at those 5 beautiful girls over there waving their handkerchiefs at you.
Oh, they're waving their handkerchiefs at me.
Yeah.
That's the first clean laundry I've seen in 2 weeks. You thought I lost my place, huh?
I beg your pardon, are you Mr. Costello?
That's me.
Allow me to officially welcome you back to Hollywood. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Who are you, the mayor?
No, just another bum.
You know, it's nice to be home among your friends.
Yes. But, say, tell me, Costello, how did you enjoy your visit up to your Uncle Marty's farm?
Oh, it was great, Abbott. I spent the whole summer taking care of the pigs. Those little pigs loved me like a little brother.
Well, I can understand that.
See, Abbott, those little pigs were cute, but the big pig was afraid of them.
The big pig was afraid of the little pig?
Yeah, the little pigs used to chase the big pig all around the pen.
No.
And then until he fell down.
Yes.
And then the little pigs would jump on a big pig and chew all the buttons off his vest. Hey, I didn't warn you.
Look, Loaves, how about the crops? Did you have anything to do with the crops?
Oh, I got crops every night.
No. No. I mean, did you help with the planting? Did you sow the seed?
Did I what?
I said, did you sow the seed?
I didn't even know it was ripped.
Wait a minute. When I say sow, I don't mean sow, S-E-W. I mean sow, S-O-W. Sow.
So what?
Sow the seed. You see, you've
Sow the seed?
Yeah, you've got to sow the seed before you reap it. You sow it first and reap it later.
Now, what kind of talk is that? I used to reap my seed first, and my mother would sow it later.
Look, Costello, when I say reap, I don't mean reap like rip when you rip. I mean reap like you reap when you sow.
Oh!
That's it.
When you say reap like you reap when you rip, you don't mean rip like you rip when you reap. You mean reap like you reap when you sow. So?
Now you've got it.
Now
you've got it.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Look, Costello. Look, I'll try to explain. I'll try to explain what sow the seed means. Suppose you were planting tomatoes.
So what?
Tomatoes.
Oh, why do I have to wait till tomato? Why can't I eat them and plant them today?
All right. So you're planting tomatoes today. Now, when they grow up, what do you do with them?
I eat them.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Now, you can't eat all of them.
Oh, why not? They're my tomatoes. I planted them. I'm going to eat them.
Now, wait a minute. You can't eat
They're my tomatoes.
You can't eat all those tomatoes alone.
Well, I don't eat them alone.
Oh, that's better.
I put salt and pepper on them.
Look, you dummy. You've got a whole feed of tomatoes. You can't possibly eat them all, so you eat what you can, and what you can't eat, you can.
Sure. I mean, could I have that again?
Certainly.
Only this time, spread it out.
All right, look.
Let me get a good look at what you're saying.
All right. Now, look.
Make it good, because we got stiff competition.
All right. Look. You've got all those tomatoes. Now, you eat what you can, and what you can't eat, You can.
I can what?
What you can.
I can what I can't.
That's right.
Look, I'm willing to forget the whole thing, brother.
No, you don't. I'm trying to tell you that you don't eat...
Let's go back to soda reef.
Now, listen, wait a minute. No, we're not going back. We'll stick to the tomatoes. I'm just trying to tell you that you can't eat all the tomatoes. You can only eat what you can, and what you can't eat, you can.
You know, there's only one way to settle the whole thing.
How's that?
We'll throw away all the tomatoes and eat the can.
Costello, you're impossible. But let's forget about it. Come on, let's... Hey, wait a minute. By the way, did you make any money on the farm?
Yeah, here's my paycheck, $75.
Hey, that's fine. Just give me the check, and I'll sign your name on the back and deposit the check in my bank.
Oh, you can't do that. That's against the law. You can't sign my name on a check. What? That's forgery.
Nah, forgery. Yeah, I know.
Forgery.
No, you mean...
You go to jail and leave.
No, you mean forgery. Forge.
Oh, forge.
Yes.
Oh, that's what me and my girl made last night.
You made forge?
We did, too.
You made forge?
We made forge last night.
What are you talking about?
We made chocolate-covered forge.
Please talk sense.
With walnuts.
Look, all right, look. Listen, Lou. I have a perfect right to sign your check. Now, as your partner, remember, I have power of attorney.
Well, remind me to have the power shut
Now,
off.
wait. Give me that check and I'll cash it and take my share.
I wouldn't do that if I was you, Abbott.
Why not?
Because if you take my money, you're going to wind up in a can. And when you're in a can, you can't eat and you can't can. Not even what you can while you're in a can. Because while you're in a can, you're in a fine fix, Abbott. You're healthy and free.
For their welcome home to Abbott and Costello, and for your listening pleasure, Freddie Rich and his orchestra play the nation's favorite tune, I'll Walk Alone. Look, Costello, well, you've got $75 you made on the farm. We're going to find out what people are going to buy when the war is over.
Yeah.
And we'll invest your money in the thing that everybody wants the most.
How can you invest money in necking?
Oh! Come on, look. We'll make a house-to-house canvas.
Canvas?
Yes.
You mean we're going to make tents for people to live in?
Of course not. People don't live in tents.
How about the people on 10th Street?
No. Never mind. Hey, we'll start with this big house right here. Now, ring the bell and ask them what they want to buy most when the war is over.
But, Abbott, look, there's a sign on the door.
What's it say?
It says swing shift welder, day sleeper. Do not disturb. This means you. Police. I wouldn't mind it, but he's got police all underlined.
Oh, come. Pay no attention to the sign. Go ahead and ring the bell.
I know, but
ring the bell.
Okay. Well, don't answer. He ain't home. Let's go.
Come here. Go ahead and ring that bell. Go on.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Till I get over here.
Well, blubberhead, what do you want?
I want to go home to my mama.
Good afternoon, sir. We'd like...
Afternoon? Do you mean you woke me up in the middle of the day? Can't you read that sign? Why, you fathead, I got a good notion to break every bone in your body.
Just a minute, brother. I dare you to strike my little friend.
Yeah, you heard him.
Yeah.
I dare you to strike his little friend.
Yeah.
I'm his little friend. Go on, strike me. What am I saying?
All right, Lordhead, you asked for it.
Abbott, I think I'll mark him down as doubtful.
Now, come on, pick yourself up, you coward. Hey, wait a minute. Look, there's a kindly-looking woman going into the house next door. Go ahead. Now, speak to her.
How do you do, madam?
Well, stand my girdle and call me anytime. It's a man.
Where?
Oh, you come in, Mr. Costello. You cute little snuggle bug. I've always been one of your greatest admirers. Oh, you don't know what seeing you on the screen can do to the heart of a young girl.
But I wasn't on the screen when you were a young girl. They used magic lanterns.
No, quiet.
Magic lanterns.
All right, quiet, please.
What do you know?
All right, quiet, Costello. Lady, we'd just like to find out what you are going to do when the war is over.
Why, wait till the war is over. Oh, let's dance, cute boy.
Look, lady, we just came here to ask you one question.
The answer is yes.
Abbott, let's go back to the welder's house. That's the first time I ever slammed the door in my own face. And listen, Abbott, I ain't knocking on any more doors.
Oh, now, don't be silly. Remember, Costello, we still don't know what to invest your money in. Let's try one more house. Come on.
Iron candy, I always come in handy. Woo.
Hey, look, Costello, it's our old friend Kitzel.
Could be, yes. Well, what can I do for you, my happy chappy?
My friend Costello here is looking for a good place to invest his money for post-war security.
Oh, now you're talking my language, if that's possible. For $100, I'll take you in my clothing business as a senior partner.
But I've only got $75.
Coming, Junior.
Just a minute, Mr. Kitzel. First, we've got to know what kind of clothes you make.
Well, now, right here over my arm, I got a coat that I just now finished for Fibber McGee. And you know something? With this suit, I'm giving you free of charge 3 pairs of suspenders.
I don't wear suspenders.
Well, how do you keep up your pants?
My stomach establishes a beachhead, and the rear guard holds it.
Oh, come on, Costello. We're wasting time.
Just a second now, boys. You haven't seen all my stock yet. Why, I got here toothpicks, candlesticks, and all kinds of knock-nicks, freezers, tweezers, and powder for your beezers, doorknobs, corn cups, and rubber plugs for bathtubs. Not to mention
sickles, pickles, flags, tacks, mirrors with cracks, glue, stew, and poo-poo to you. And the dawn comes up like thunder from the landlord.
Well, here's lovely Connie Haynes to sing one of the season's most popular tunes, Swingin' on a Star.
Would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a mule? A mule is an animal with long funny ears. He kicks up at anything he hears. His back is brawny and his brain is weak. He's just plain stupid with a stubborn streak. And by the way, if you hate to go to school, you may grow up to be a mule. Or would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a pig? A pig is an animal with dirt on his face. His shoes are a terrible disgrace. He's got no manners when he eats his food. He's fat and lazy and extremely rude. But if you don't care a feather or a fig, you may grow up to be a pig. Or would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a fish? Fish won't do anything but swim in a brook. He can't write his name or read a book. To fool the people is his only fault. Though he's slippery, he still gets caught. But then if that sort of life is what you wish, You may grow up to be a fish, and all the monkeys on in the zoo. Every day you meet quite a few. So you see, it's all up to you. You can be better than you are. You can be swinging on a star.
Freddie Rich and the orchestra played Jerome Kern's lovely hit song, Long Ago and Far Away.
Costello, will you settle down and go to sleep? What's the matter with you?
I don't know what
What's the matter with you?
Huh? Oh, I can't sleep, Abbott. I'm worried about how to invest my money.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Just look at you. You're letting us get on your nerves. Your eyes are all bloodshot.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Give me the mirror.
Hey, what do you mean, Abbott? My eyes ain't all bloodshot.
They're not?
No, only the whites.
Listen to me, Costello. There's only one way to settle this. Tomorrow morning, we're going down to the bank and invest your $75 in war bonds.
I got enough war bonds now.
You can't have enough bonds, Costello. Bonds mean security for you and your family. Just think, you put $75 in a bond now, and in 10 years, it's worth $100.
Abbott, I think you got some.
Sure.
I'm going to go right down and buy bonds with the dough.
That's the way to talk. And now you can go back to sleep with tranquility.
Go back to sleep with tranquility?
Yes.
What's the matter? You want to sleep with me anymore?
No.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. I'll buy those bonds. I'll have a lot of money in 1954.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we take you into the future. The time is 10 years hence, the year 1954. The scene is the futuristic, prefabricated, air-conditioned home of Lou Costello. The mother speaks.
Cutie, darling, tune in on the television set. Your father and your Uncle Bud are on the air tonight.
Gee! Do I have to listen to them dopes again?
That's no way to talk about your Uncle Bud. Now, go ahead and turn on the program.
Good evening, folks. This is Ken Niles, bringing you the 197,000th broadcast of the current 1954 series, featuring those two old jolly men, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
Why, look at you, Costello. Where have you been? Talk sense. Do you realize I'm trying to organize a baseball team?
Ain't you got that team together yet?
Yep. I finally got them together.
By Jiminy.
Yeah, but the players nowadays surely have funny names. For instance, who's on first?
Who is?
Yes.
Yes, what?
No, what's on second?
Duffy, why did you turn off the program?
Every week, the same thing. They haven't changed their jokes in 10 years. Gee, Mom, it's 6 o'clock. Hey, Mom, it's 6 o'clock. The planes are coming in from town.
There goes Mr. Sherman, the banker.
That's Mr. Hackett, the butcher. That's my pop. How did you go, hidden Sam?
Here comes somebody down the street with a lantern on the road. Oh, it's your Uncle Bud. Hello, Uncle Bud. Where's Lou?
Oh, he's working late at the office. His work has been piling up on him.
But I thought he just hired that new red-headed stenographer.
Yeah, that's why his work is piling up. Whatever happened to Ted Collins?
Will you be quiet? Oh, Uncle Bud, I hope you're staying for dinner.
Yes, I think I'd better. After all, it takes me 10 minutes to fly from Hollywood to Denver.
10 minutes? That's why you get Uncle Bud for buying that used rocket ship for months. What are we having for dinner tonight, Mommy?
Porterhouse steak boiled in creamery butter.
Holy mackerel. Again? Can't we never get nothing to eat but steak and butter and steak? It's driving me crazy. Why can't we have some of those new beans with zippers?
Come in.
Good evening. Is this the futuristic prefabricated air-conditioned residence of Mr. and Mrs. Costello?
Yeah?
I am Mr. Blank from the bank.
Thanks.
Back in 1944, Mr. Abbott and Mr. Costello purchased a number of war bonds. Those bonds have matured now, and I'm here to pay you off in cash.
Oh, isn't that wonderful, Uncle Bud?
It sure is.
Yeah, Uncle Bud. Now you can get that mean toupee you always wanted.
Now, if you'll just sign the bonds on the back, I'll give you your money.
There's my signature.
There you are. There's mine. And I'll also sign for Costello.
That's froggery. So my old man says.
And now, as you remember, the little boy here is the beneficiary on these bonds, so we'll have to have his signature.
Oh, of course. Cupid darling.
Cut out the muss. I won't sign.
What?
I'm not going to sign.
You won't sign? How dare you say such a thing? The way you've been acting lately, I don't know what's gotten into you. What's the matter with you?
Oh, I'm a bad boy.
Oh, you just wait till your father gets here. Oh, Uncle Bud, snap on the Picoscope screen and see who's at the back door.
Well, all I can see is the garbage can.
That's my pop. Hello, dear. Hello, Heather.
Hello, dear.
What an exciting day I had at the stock market.
Yeah.
7 up is up to 7 3/4.
Well,
I near got up with that myself that time, didn't I?
yes. Just in time, Costello. This man here is here to pay us the money on those war bonds that I talked you into buying 10 years ago.
And your son Cupid refuses to sign the bond.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Oh, yeah? Yeah. What a stubborn kid. I might as well talk to myself.
Lou, why don't you take Cupid into the bedroom and give him a sound thrashing?
Oh, I can't do that. I can't whip my son.
Why not?
I'm playing both parts. And in one part, it might hurt.
Here, use my revolver. You know the old saying, spare the rod and spoil the child.
Well, you people can yap all night, but I ain't going to sign no bonds until I know what my cut is.
Cupid, your daddy wants the money for you. He wants you to have a career and a fine education.
I don't care what... Excuse me. I don't want no education. I don't want no education. I want to be my pop. I don't know what part.
Look, Cupid. If you'll sign the bonds, We'll give you all the money.
Well, I wasn't gonna. But you took me into it.
Well, folks, you've made a wise decision in turning the money over to the boy. Because you know, if anything should happen to the little fellow, all the money goes to the survivors. Get it? Well, good night, folks. Good night, you little...
Well, Lou, you heard what the man said. If anything happens to Cupie, all the money goes to the survivors. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
And I get it.
And I think I'm gonna get it, too! Let me on it!
Connie Haynes sings the blues. Tessa's torch song.
Here is a story about a gal. Folks called the tortured tip because she trusted. Her heart got busted. Love made her life a mess. I had a man. He was a good man. That is, you see, what I mean is I thought he was a good man. I had a friend, and she was a good friend. I told my friend about my man, 'cause I thought she was a good friend. Life was sweet, baby, didn't I have my man? Welcome, peace, and the fireworks began. Ain't got no man, ain't got no friend. I'll bet you can guess just exactly what happened. That was the end of my friend, the end of my man, and almost the end of me.
Thank you. Here's Abbott Costello for a final word. Thanks, Ken. Good night, folks.
Good night, folks. And I want to say good night to little Eunice in the hospital in Pittsburgh. Get well quickly, honey. Get well for Abbott and I.
This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word is food. F-O-O-D.
Really?
You bet your life. The National Broadcasting Company presents Groucho Marx in The Best of Groucho, the comedy quiz show transcribed from Hollywood. And now, here he is, the one, the only...
Let's not go overboard. Well, here I am again with a chance for each of our couples to win up to $10,000. And if any of them say the secret word, they'll win an extra $100.
And Groucho will meet our first couple in just a moment.
Joe? Hey, Joe. Now, where in the world did that announcer of mine go? Hey, Joe Slattery, where in the world are you? Over here, Red. Oh, Joe, look, help me tell the folks about our Red Foley show that's on most of these stations every Saturday, huh? Why, you don't need any help, Red. Just go right ahead. Tell the folks about the way you bring a famous guest star along on every visit with our friends listening in. That's a good point, Joe. Well, just tell about the way you always answer a listener's request for one of your inspiring songs of faith and devotion. I guess it would be good to mention that, too, Joe. And what a bright and happy-humored sort of show it is. Now, you'll want to mention that for sure. That's another good point. See, Rick, you didn't need any help after all. Friends, you listen for Red Foley and all the gang on the Red Foley Show, Saturdays on most of these stations. We'll be seeing you, folks.
Groucho, Giselle Dark and...
Giselle's what?
Her name is Giselle Dark.
Oh.
And Danny Terrell is standing by to talk to you, so folks, you can please meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to you, Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and take home an extra 50 smackers. It's a common word, something you see every day. Giselle in the Dark and Danny Terrell, eh? Giselle, you're a very attractive girl. So, how old are you, Giselle?
Well, you should never ask a girl of 18 years how old she is.
Oh.
But I am 24.
Well, where are you from? Are you from Peoria?
Peoria? What is that?
Peoria is where they make all that beer.
Oh, no, I'm from Paris.
You're from Paris? Don't they make any beer in Paris?
Oh, yes, I guess.
Did you have a job in Paris?
Not exactly. I was helping my mother run a restaurant.
Oh. Well, were you sophisticated when you left there, or did you leave Paris clean?
I'm afraid I don't quite understand what you say.
No, well, it's just as well. Nobody understands what I'm talking about. Now, what did you do in Paris?
Well, I was helping my mother.
You were helping your mother? Mm-hmm. Well, in a restaurant?
Yes.
Can you cook?
Oh, but yes.
Imagine some fellow marrying this girl and then finding out 6 months later that she's also a good cook. Now, let's see, you're Danny Terrell, huh?
Terrell Groucho.
Terrell?
Yes.
What'd I say, Terrell?
Terrell.
How long have you been Danny Terrell?
Oh, quite a while now.
Mm-hmm. And where do you be from?
Do you really want to know?
Sure, and I do, yes.
I'm from Belfast, Ireland, Groucho.
And now you know. Are you married, Danny?
Oh, yes.
How'd you meet your wife?
She was in the back of a pop truck.
She was in a pop truck?
Yeah. You know the little pop truck, I think it's called a coffee wagon here. Mm-hmm. And she was in the back of the pop truck. I guess she was getting pop for herself.
Now, do you have any wee ones? Do you have any little folk?
Now, wait a minute, I'll tell you how I met my wife.
Oh, yes. I think it's a fine idea. I think if you're going to talk about little ones, you should first talk about your wife.
I hadn't really met her to this time, you see, so I said, do you know, but I know this is neither the time nor the place, but do you think I could have the pleasure of your company to a show sometime?
Well, that was very nice.
Now, wasn't it?
Yes, I'm sure it was.
And she says, well, I don't mind. So says I, right, I'll pick you up at 8 o'clock tonight. So she says, all right, but I still don't know your name. So we introduced ourselves, and lo and behold, away we went from there.
Where did you go from there?
So we have one little boy now.
Oh, well, that's nice. What's his name? Patrick? Do you have a job, Danny boy?
I'd like to become a singer, Groucho.
A singer?
Yes, Groucho.
What kind of singing do you do?
I'm Irish tenor, Groucho.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you were a Swedish baritone. Could you give us a few bars of an Irish song?
I could give you a little bit of Hello, Patsy Fagan, if I could get a little bit of help from the orchestra.
From the orchestra? You'll get very little help from this crowd. What's the name of the song?
Hello, Patsy Fagan.
Hello, Patsy Fagan. Is
in the key of F.
What's the key?
In the key of F. Hello, Patsy Fagan, you can hear the girls all cry. Hello, Patsy Fagan, you're the apple of me eye. You're a distant boy from Ireland, there's no one can deny. Woo! You're a rarum, scarum, divil me carum, a decent Irish boy. Now, if there's a lady present who'd like to marry me, I'll take her to that little isle across the Irish Sea. I'll dress her up in satin and please her all I can, and let the people see that I'm a decent Irishman. Hello, Patsy Fagan, you can hear the girls all cry. Hello, Patsy Fagan, you're the apple of me eye. You're a decent boy from Ireland, there's no one can deny. You're a rarum, scarum, divil me carum, decent Irish boy.
Danny, me boy, that was very good.
Thank
you have
you.
a fine voice.
Thank you very much.
Fine personality, and I'm sure a lot of people are after you. Now let's see if you can win some money, huh? You have selected food and cooking. I'm going to ask you some questions. If you miss 2 in a row, you're through. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. Now, before you answer, talk it over. Huh? What kind of a cooking utensil is a ramekin? R-A-M-E-K-I-N.
Could you ask it in French?
It's spelled R-A-M-E-K-I-N. What kind of a cooking utensil is a R-A-M-E-K-I-N? You don't know, guess.
Would it be a kettle by any chance?
Well, it's a baking dish.
I have never heard that word before again.
You have one wrong.
What are condiments? C-O-N-D-I-M-E-N-T-S.
Seasoning?
That's right, seasoning.
Now you have one
How
right.
did you happen to know that?
It's the same in French.
You have one right now.
Okay.
What are scallions?
Spring onions.
Yes, that's
Spring
good enough.
onions.
Well, you're halfway to $1,000. 2 more right, you'll have $1,000.
Can you spring onions? All right, what are petit fours?
Petit four, those are little cookies.
Yeah, I
Made
thought
of
petit
butter.
fours would be about 3. No, that's right, they're small cakes.
You have 3 right now. Get the next one right, and you'll have $1,000.
Generally speaking, women are generally speaking. That's wrong. What are anise, A-N-I-S-E, hyssop, rue, and basil?
They're seasoning, anise.
All right, that's close enough, yes.
So you have 4 in a row correct, and you win $1,000.
Now listen. Hear this. You've won $1,000. You can keep it and quit, or else you can come back at the end of the show and try to double your money. You may even get a chance at $10,000. So go over there and sit down and think about it. No matter what you decide to do, thanks for being on the show.
In just a moment, our second couple will join Groucho to play You Bet Your Life.
The Red Cross is on the job when you need it. Now it's your turn, the Red Cross needs you. There's a rule we've all been taught, so let's heed it. Do for others as you'd have them do for you. Whenever things get tough anywhere, the Red Cross is there to make them easier to bear. You can be sure that when you need them, they'll come through. And that's all the Red Cross ever asks of you. And that's all the Red Cross ever asks of you.
Groucho, we have two young ladies on deck who are waiting to talk to you, so we'll Lena Pereira and Mercedes
Welcome
White.
to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word, and you each get an extra $50. It's a common word, something you see every day. Lena Pereira and Mercedes White, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Now, which is
She's Mercedes, and she's Lena.
You're Lena? You're not, though. You're fatter, aren't you? Are you married, Lena?
Yeah, she's married.
You're married?
Yeah, I'm married.
Yeah.
She's married. So is she.
You're both married. Well, that's a shame. How do you know Mercedes is married?
Well, she's my sister. She's my wedding.
You have very colorful names. Are you of Spanish extraction?
No, Portuguese. No, we're Portuguese.
Portuguese. Well, that's not much different. Mm-hmm.
Well.
Where are you from, Mercedes?
We're from Martinez, California. We're both from Martinez.
You know, to even this up, there should be two of me up there. Where's Artesia?
It's about 4 miles from Norwalk. It's 4 miles from Norwalk.
Where is it?
It's about 3 miles from Norwalk, I think.
Well, don't you live near each other?
Yeah. Well, sure. Yeah, about 4 blocks. 4 blocks.
How many blocks?
4 blocks. Yeah, it's 4 blocks. About 3 or 5. Yeah.
Well, could we settle for 3.5 blocks?
Well, I said 4. No, it's further now. I moved. Well,
I wish I knew which one it was I was talking about.
This is Mercedes.
This is Mercedes, and you're Artesia, huh?
Lena.
How long have you been married, Lena?
13. About 12. Well, no, it's 30. Well, it'll be 13 in November.
What about your husbands? Do they talk together, too, when they talk?
Well, mine's usually sleeping. They're usually working.
You're working?
I hope sometimes, yeah. Not mine, you know. Mine's usually sleeping.
Yours is out of work, too?
No, he sleeps most of the time. My husband's out of work. My husband's out of work.
Has he always been out of work?
No, but he's a hard-working man.
But he isn't working?
Not right now.
How did you meet your husband, Lena?
I met him at a Portuguese dance.
The Portuguese dance?
Where we have celebrations, and sometimes they have wedding dances.
And you were 12 then?
No, I was when I was about 14.
How old were you?
When I met my husband?
Yeah, when you 14. Went to this dance, huh?
Oh, I was about 14 when we started going.
Oh. Well, how much later did you marry this fellow who was
about 3 months after I met him. 2 months, 3 months.
Oh.
No, it was about 3 months. No, about 2 months.
You certainly moved fast, don't you, huh?
Yeah.
You didn't waste any time getting engaged after that dance, did you?
He didn't.
He didn't. Why was that?
Well, he wouldn't be allowed to be in the house if we weren't engaged. He couldn't come over.
Couldn't come in the house at all?
No.
He got engaged just to come in the house?
Well, no.
Is this a Portugal custom?
Yes, it is. Some of them. Yeah. Not all of them. The old-timers. Yeah.
The old-timers, huh? But you don't going to apply this to your children, huh?
Well, in the same, if I will or not. Yeah.
Well, talk it over. I think it's a good idea. Talk it over and let me know what your... Let me know what your final decision is, that's all. Well, what have you decided upon? Huh?
We don't know yet.
Don't give any snap opinions.
We don't know yet. Everything's changed. Mine's June 9 and first.
You know how things go. They're changed. We have to go maybe
And
change a little bit.
One is 11.
But so far, we don't know.
The only thing permanent is
One,
change.
and she's got one that's 8.
Well, yeah.
You know that, don't you?
What?
That's what Schopenhauer said. The only thing permanent is change.
Change, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that makes 3 of us don't know what we're talking about. Well, let's cut out the chatter and see if you can win some dough. Are you good on songs?
Not on lyrics, but on songs. On popular songs.
Well, these are familiar lyrics from famous songs. I'll give you a line from the lyrics. You give me the title of the song. If you miss 2 in a row, you're putsch.
Yeah.
If you get 4 in a... Huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, how do you say it in Portuguese?
What? Say what?
Washed up.
Lavada.
If you miss 2 in a row, you're lavada.
Yeah.
If you get 4 in a row right, you're in lavada. All right, here we go. Potatoes are cheaper, tomatoes are cheaper. Now you tell me the title of the song. No, not Poop-Poop-A-Doop. Can I sing the melody?
Can you? That'd be easier.
Yeah. Huh? Potatoes are cheaper, tomatoes are cheaper. Next line. Now's the time to fall in love. Eddie Cantor sang it for 80 years on the TV.
Yeah.
Now you have one wrong. Don't get the next one wrong or you're out of the game.
You picked this category yourself, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, we wanted with songs.
Now, come on. Now, get sharp, girls. Eliminate the negative. Latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In-Between.
You gotta accentuate the positive.
That's good enough. That's good enough.
Now you're on the right track. 1 right, 3 more to go for $1,000.
All right. Can it be the trees that fill the breeze with rare and magic perfume?
Louise?
Oh, that's the one that Benny sings.
Miser, yeah. What is it?
Oh, yeah. I'll sing that again.
Can it be the trees that fill the breeze with rare and magic perfume? Do 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 do. No. Love and Bloom.
No.
Well, you're back to 1 wrong again.
I get no kick from champagne. Flying so high with some gal in the sky is my idea of nothing to do. But
there's always something to do.
No, I'm sorry. It's I get a kick out of you.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, girls, you came through with this with flying colors. I'm sorry you didn't win because you're such nice girls. But I'm going to give you one more question for 100 smackers. All right?
Yeah.
I'll ask you one question. And I don't want you to help either because this is a toughie. Who was buried in Grant's tomb?
Grant.
Admiral Grant is right. Thanks. I'm sorry you didn't win more. You're real cute. And thanks for being with us. You bet your life.
Thanks.
We'll find out if our first contestants will try for the double chance at $5,000 or $10,000 in just a moment.
Suddenly, an oppressive silence closed in about them. The glittering lake lost its enchantment. Their secret cove became their prison. And the prospect of facing the future alone together had become a terrifying one indeed. This is Ed Hurley, your host on My True Story. Tomorrow, you'll hear the drama of 2 young people for whom a dream had come true. But, as dreams sometimes will, theirs had taken on a grotesque and nightmare-like quality, and they felt themselves doomed to live out their lives in the silent, empty world they had worked so hard to create. You'll want to be listening to this compelling drama tomorrow on My True Story. My True Story brings you a complete hour-long drama every weekday on NBC. So enjoy My True Story and stay tuned throughout the day for all the other fine programs. The drama, the music, the news, the rich variety of entertainment and information brought to you over these same NBC stations.
Now let's find out the decision on the big money tonight.
Giselle Dark and Danny Terrell, would you come out, please?
Well, how'd you do?
You do, Doctor.
You won $1,000. If you decide to try for the 10,000, you fail. You wind up with a total of 500. What are you going to do?
I would like to ask my husband. I think he's in the audience. Could I do that?
Well, shout out and see what he says.
I don't know where he is.
All right, will the husband stand up?
Oh,
What do you want her to do?
Okay with me. You ought to try.
You ought to try. Big deal. He's sitting out there. What has he got to lose? Just you, that's all. All right, what about you? Have you got a husband out front?
No.
You got a wife out front?
No, but I got a wee wife at home, Groucho.
What are you going to do?
I promised her if I'd get this far that she and the little boy could go home and see her uncle, who is not too well at the moment in Canada.
Oh.
And I think their visit with him would help him immensely.
And you're just going to keep the money, yeah?
Rather than jeopardize herself.
Yes, he has $500. Now, you're going for the big swag. You're a big hero out front.
You better have made the right decision.
Yes. You better not come home tonight, huh? All right, think of a number between 1 and 10. Talk out loud.
9.
9? Well, let's give the wheel a spin. The number was 9, and it landed on 8.
9?
I know that. I just wanted to see if they were watching. The number was 9, and it landed on 9. So this question is worth $5,000. You ready? One of the few emperors left in the world today claims imperial descent from King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. For $5,000, what is the name of this emperor? Take your time and think of it. What's the answer? If you don't know, guess. No answer? Okay. It was Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia. I'm sorry you missed it, but you wound up with $250, but you had a chance at $5,000. I think your husband was right. Congratulations, and thanks for being with us.
The Best of Groucho is transcribed in Hollywood, produced by John Goodell, directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith, music by Jack Meakin. Be sure to tune in again next week, same time, same station, when Groucho begins his new fall series of You Bet Your Life. The Best of Groucho is heard by our armed forces around the world.
Rock Hudson and Janet Leigh join Frank Blair and Don Russell on its network time tomorrow on most of these NBC stations.
Well, sir, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning as our scene opens now. And here in the living room of the small house halfway up in the next block, we find Mrs. Victor Cook all by herself. Mrs. Cook is at the telephone chatting briskly with her close friend and confidant, Mrs. Frederick Stimbach. Listen.
I know, Ruthie, I know. And I guess I must be getting old because the whole thing completely slipped my mind. Oh, I can make it all right. No, I'll be there. Yes, sir, 10 o'clock on the dot. Ha-ha, the Hamilton's underwear. I suppose you were going to phone Miss Trogel anyway, huh? Uh-huh. Well, you girls waltz right ahead, and I'll meet you like we planned.
Hello, lady.
You bet, Ruthie. Oh, say, just a second. Yes?
In the living room, are they saying?
Yes, Uncle Fletcher, in the living room. Uncle Fletcher just come in the kitchen, Ruthie. I'll have to ease him right out again. Oh, golly, he's got oodles of trash to get out of the way. Oh, boy.
Hey, honey, I wish to apologize if I'm in any way, shape, or form interrupting
But
you.
it'll crowd me all right, Ruthie, but like I say, I'll be there.
Oh, excuse me. I never realized you're speaking over the telephone.
I'll be there, and I'll be there prompt at 10 o'clock. All right, Ruthie. You betty, lady. Goodbye. Well, good morning.
Good morning, Sadie, honey.
Glorious day.
Yes, it is. Sadie, honey, I wish to apologize if I'm in any way, shape, or form interrupting you in your work.
Oh, well, you are.
I felt that certain matters requires prompt action.
Because I got a bushel of chores to get out of the way and then rush around and make myself presentable to hurry downtown and meet Miss Stenbottom and Miss Trumbull.
Yes, I know. Well, I'll explain to you the reason.
No, you don't know. On account of the 4th of July, splitting up the week and all, I completely forgot I'd arranged with Miss Stenbottom and Miss Trogel to go to a sale at Yambleton's this morning. Completely forgot. Miss Stenbottom just called and reminded me. That was her on the phone just now. And I'm due downtown in an hour.
Yes, I know. Fine. That's the way it works out sometimes. Sadie, honey, I felt it was my duty to stop past and put you privy to certain facts.
Uncle Fletcher, I don't believe you listened to one word I said.
No.
Well, listen then.
I felt it was my duty to put you privy to certain facts in order that you might be prepared.
I haven't got time to be put privy to certain facts. It's after 9 o'clock now, and I'm supposed to be in Yambleton's department store prompt at 10. How about this afternoon? I expect to be here all afternoon.
Vic at the office, Harley?
What?
Vic?
What about him?
Is he at the office?
Well, naturally.
Well, I wouldn't know. Might have gone to Peoria or LaSalle or Mendota or Jacksonville.
Uncle Fletcher, just listen to us raise our voices at each other. We don't do that.
I just wonder.
Oh, it's entirely my fault, too. Goodness, what kind of a person am I getting to be? People step inside my home and I snap at them.
Yeah?
Only thing I can say to stick up for myself is that I did get caught on pins and needles this morning. I started out the day by running around like a chicken with its head off, tackling jobs around the house here, and then was brought up short by Ruthie calling and telling me about this date I'd completely let slip my mind.
Yes, I know.
I'm sorry I spoke sharp, Uncle Fletcher.
Fine.
You asked me if Vic's at the office. Yes, he is.
Russell at school?
Oh, you keep forgetting it's summer vacation. Russell's off somewhere with the kids.
Likely to bust in any minute, is he?
I doubt it. I believe I remember him saying they were riding their bicycles to Miller Park.
Well, then we got some chance of being by ourselves while I put you privy to these certain facts.
Oh, Uncle Fletcher, I've got to scurry around and get this house looking halfway decent and then go upstairs and dress and then...
Sadie, honey, I would never have busted in if I didn't have something important to disclose.
Something important?
Yeah. I had a notion you might eventually pay 2 cents worth of attention to a poor halfwit.
Well, what is this something important?
Sadie, honey, you may or may not know what and where Madison, Wisconsin are.
Is this something important about what and where Madison, Wisconsin are?
No.
Has it got something to do with hyena grease or Pelter Unbleat fighting with his landlady or the peanut machine down at the interurban station?
I had best be the party to explain it, Sadie, honey.
All right, go ahead.
The Mississippi River joins the Ohio River below Cairo, Illinois. Directly across from Cairo is the state of Kentucky, which may be reached either by ferry or by large bridges stretching
Uncle
across...
Fletcher, I'm not fooling. Now, I don't like to sound cross and blunt, but I've tried to make it clear to you. I haven't got a single moment to spare. I promised my friend.
I assured you this was important. I assured you this was important.
Well, yes, you assure me trash is important, and then you ask me if I know what and where Madison, Wisconsin are, and start describing junk about the Mississippi River.
I don't want to break it to you all in one thunderbolt.
Oh, go ahead. Break it to me all in one thunderbolt.
The matter I felt it my duty to put you privy to concerns my landlady.
Oh?
My landlady, Miss Keller.
She's not sick.
What?
She feels all right?
She feels great. Eats 3 hearty meals a day and leaves it go with that.
Well, tell me
there
what...
are new developments in my landlady, Miss Keller, getting married.
Really?
I had an idea your ears would prick up at that.
Well, my ears prick up, and I'm interested as can be, but I still have to tear around the next 45 minutes.
I am on my way, Sadie, honey, to the Bright Kentucky Hotel with the object in view of inquiring after their rates.
No.
I am toying with the idea of taking up permanent lodgings at the Bright Kentucky Hotel.
No, you're not either.
Sadie, honey, what are you saying? You sound like my arithmetic teacher or my mother-in-law.
I'm not your arithmetic teacher or your mother-in-law or anything else, but we've talked over this Bright Kentucky Hotel nonsense before. You agreed you'd stay away from that place.
But if my landlady, Miss Keller, gets married and moves to Yellow Jump, North Dakota, I'll have to locate a new room. My landlady, Miss Keller, gets married and...
Landlady, Miss Keller gets married and moves to Yellow Jump, North Dakota, you can locate 1,000,000 rooms. We agreed long ago, Uncle Fletcher, you'd forget about ever living in that terrible, awful Bright Kentucky.
some of my dearest friends, as I...
Why, Uncle Fletcher, my hair would turn gray overnight if you actually rented accommodations in that horrible, horrible place smack in the middle of the railroad yards, with switch engines by the million sneaking around and fast passenger trains roaring along every couple of minutes and Kansas City freight drags creeping up on a person and...
A man has to have a place to hang his hat. Man can't live out on the half-wit street. His landlady, Miss Keller, gets married and moves to North Dakota. He wants to find accommodations which will suit his taste and his pocketbook.
What is this new development with Miss Keller?
Huh?
What is this new development? Is Miss Keller any closer to getting married than she was the first of the week?
Sadie, honey, very likely.
Are you sure you're not stopping past just to while away a few minutes, watching me get excited?
I explained early in the week that my landlady, Miss Keller...
I bet it's just like I guessed. I bet on this one particular morning while I'm in a great big enormous flurry and champing on the bit to rush through and tear downtown and meet my ladies, you decide to create a little excitement by bringing up that old bright Kentucky hotel craziness.
There's been new developments with Miss Keller. A new development took place this morning.
All right. What is it?
She received another letter from Yellow Jump, North Dakota.
Uncle Fletcher, is that all?
Ain't it enough? It's the second letter that's arrived this week from that chap. No lame brain yahoo writing sweet letters to the girls is going to pop them in the mailbox twice a week if he's not serious, is he?
They might correspond 20 years and still not get married. What's a few silly little letters mean? Uncle Fletcher, I'm afraid I can't spare
heck,
anything.
there, Norman, Oklahoma, that don't even own the socks he wears on his feet, comes out with a bitter statement.
Uncle Fletcher, until something else happens besides just your landlady, Miss Keller, receiving a couple of letters, it's not fair for you to get me all upset by making mountains out of molehills.
What?
I think you know what I mean.
I am leaving now, Sadie.
So am I. I'm going upstairs.
I'm going to the Bright Kentucky Hotel.
Uh-huh.
And inquire after accommodations.
Uh-huh.
Against the emergency of my landlady, Miss Keller, getting married, leaving me without a room.
Uh-huh. Yes.
I will tell you goodbye, Sadie, honey.
Goodbye.
Vic at the office, are they?
Yes. But he's busy, too. I don't think I'd bother him.
I'll tell you goodbye, Sadie, honey.
Goodbye.
I got something in my tooth.
Oh, it's too bad.
I'll whittle myself down a toothpick when I get outdoors.
Uh-huh.
Well, Sadie, honey, I'll tell you goodbye.
Goodbye, Uncle Fletcher.
Which concludes another brief interlude at the small house halfway up in the next block.
To Duffy's Tavern.
Hello, Duffy's Tavern, where you'll eat meat to eat. Archie the manager speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. The crowd, a lot of servicemen tonight. Yeah, the place is a regular separation center. Mm-hmm. Already I've had to separate 3 guys. By the way, you know who came in tonight? Lefty O'Rourke. Yeah, he's out of uniform now. Oh, Duffy, not on points, on parole. Yeah, Lefty says he just couldn't get along with the warden, you know, and one of them had to go. Well, you know, the warden's in pretty solid. Well, I don't know. O'Rourke was very popular up there, Duffy. In fact, he claims they voted him the man most likely to return. Say, by the way, speaking of getting out of jail, Eddie, the waiter, is thinking of leaving us. What do you mean, so what? Eddie's a very valuable man. Huh? Well, I admit he ain't very fast on his feet, but he's got a great knack for serving hash without that guilty expression on his face. Yeah. Well, I think he got an offer from Grogan's Grill. Well, don't worry. I'll talk him out of it, Duffy. You know the old line. Gratitude, chance for advancement. All we've done for him, money ain't everything. Yeah, the old sucker pitch. Well, certainly he'll bite. Don't I fall for it every time I ask for a raise? Well, just leave it to me, Duffy. I'll call you back. So long. Eddie, there's a rumor around that you have had an offer from Grogan's Grill.
Uh-huh.
And the rumor also says that you're thinking of taking it.
And keep your eye on that rumor. It's got a future.
What? Eddie, you're not serious. Where did you get this idea about leaving?
Just looked into my wallet and there it was.
But, kid, this is madness. You can't leave here. Why, you're a part of Duffy's Tavern.
Yeah, the part that goes over the cash register last.
Just a second now, Eddie. Is it that you feel that Duffy ain't done right by you?
Well, now you know yourself that when it comes to blowing that horn of plenty, he ain't no Harry James.
Eddie, leave us discuss this. I think if you're fair-minded, I can show you that you're making a mistake. Now answer me. Do you object to working 7 days a week?
Definitely.
And I suppose you object to putting in 15 hours a day.
Very definitely.
I suppose you also object to not being paid no salary.
Extremely definitely.
Eddie, I'm afraid you didn't enter this discussion with an open mind. Don't you realize there's more important things than money?
Yeah, but they all cost money. Look, Mr. Archett, now, I'd like to have a salary. I just can't get along on the tips I collect.
Now, don't hear me that, Eddie. I've seen nights when you walked out of here with enough quarters to choke a horse.
Or kill him with lead poisoning. Mr. Archett, I just can't do it. In addition to the tips, I think I ought to have $1 a week salary.
How does 35 cents hit you?
It don't even muff my hair.
All right, then go ahead and quit. But it's hard to think that you take this attitude towards a man that's been your friend. Almost your brother. Through thick and thin. Laughter and tears.
Be sure to listen to Stella Dallas at the same time tomorrow.
Okay, go ahead. Stop that friendship.
Hello, Eddie.
Finnegan, what is your opinion of a man that bites the hand that feeds him?
Well, some people will eat anything. Why, what's your trouble?
It's Eddie here. He wants to get paid more money.
Money? Eddie, my boy, money is nothing. You know what I always say? What? Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
What's that got to do with money?
Well, we owe 6 months' rent.
Thanks, Finnegan. You're a big help. Now, look, Eddie. I think you're confused about this whole thing. What you need is a real nice vacation. Tell you what to do.
What?
Take the rest of the day off.
That would only add to the confusion. I wouldn't know what to do with a day off.
Well, what did you do on your last day off?
Went up to Boston. They were having a tea party.
I can see you're in the wrong mood. Why don't you go out and breathe some nice, clean air, and maybe you'll change your mind, huh?
That might help.
Okay, see you later.
Yeah, look, Archie, I don't like to seem a ghoul, but have you got any ideas where I could get a job?
A job for you? I don't know. Have you tried Ripley? What do you want with a job?
Oh, I gotta get away from home, Arch. I just can't stand that fighting.
Your mother and father again, huh?
Yeah.
What do they fight about?
Oh, the simplest things. Take this morning. It all started about the new silver coffee pot.
Coffee pot?
Yeah, my mother hit my father over the head with it.
Well, why did she have to use the silver coffee pot?
Because it was their 50th wedding anniversary.
Oh. Do they fight all the time like that?
Oh, yeah. Fight. Except once every week they quit for half an hour.
How's that?
They stopped to listen to Mr. Anthony.
Well, ain't there nothing you can do to stop them?
So I tried to. This morning I said, Mom and Papa, why do you fight like this? Why, when you have so much to be thankful for?
Then?
They took a look at me and started swinging again.
Well, must be kind of tough at that, Finnegan, having to watch your mother hit your father with a coffee pot every morning.
Well, it don't bother me too much. You see, I'm a tea drinker myself. But that's why I'd like to get a job, Bart, to get away from it all.
Well, I'll tell you how you can pick up a fast nickel, Finnegan.
A nickel? How?
Well, I want you to go over to Grogan's across the street.
Yeah?
Make sure they don't notice.
Yeah,
And if you see Eddie the waiter talking to Grogan, come right back and let me know.
Oh, boy. I'll be like a G-man.
Yes, Goon. Okay. Now hurry back.
Oh, well, hello, Archie.
Hello, Miss Duffy.
Archie, how do you like my new hat?
Oh, lovely. How often do you have to order it?
Don't be silly. These flowers are artificial.
Oh, I see.
Only the fruit is real.
Look, why do dames' hats have to have everything on them, including the kitchen stove?
Because they serve a very important function. When you pass a woman on the street, what's the first thing you look at?
Miss Duffy. Believe I stick to hats.
Anyway, you should be talking about clothes, the way you dress.
What's wrong with the way I dress? My clothes fit perfectly.
Yeah, but who?
Look, I got no time to be standing here brandying insults. I got enough to worry about.
What have you got to worry about?
Eddie, the waiter. He's thinking about quitting. And because he can't pry a measly $1 a week salary out of that nickel-nursing old man of yours.
Huh. A fine way to talk about Papa after all he's done for you.
What's he done?
He got you started, gave you responsibility, took you into his confidence, taught you the inside workings of the business.
Miss Duffy, I do not consider helping your father polish up pennies to be passed off as dimes a junior partnership. Believe me, I owe that guy nothing. When I think of what I could have been if I hadn't come to work here 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. It happens that the very morning of the day that he hired me, I turned down a splendid opportunity to go on release. And from there on, who knows?
Hey, come here.
Oh, excuse me, Miss Duffy. What is it, Finnegan?
G-man reporting.
Oh, yes, G. Now, what's the dope? I mean, outside of you.
Just a second. Are we alone?
Yeah.
Well, who's that standing beside you?
That's you.
Can I be trusted?
We'll have to take a chance. Whatever happened over at Grogan?
You was right, Arch. He was working over there.
Are you sure?
Yep.
What was he doing?
He was in the kitchen cutting down the paper plates to make the meals look bigger.
Dirty rat. Not only does he leave us, but he gives away our trade secrets. Dirty traitor. That's Benedictine. Anyway, guess I just better call up the employment agency and hire a new waiter. Hello? Bowery Bum Personnel Service? This is Duffy's Tavern. What have you got in a waiter? Well, I'd like to get a man who can handle both a la carte and cuisine. Huh? The hours, from 7 to 3. That's 7 a.m., of course. Huh? No, the 3 is a.m., too. Dinner jacket? Well, yes, and it would be a good idea if he wore one for breakfast and supper, too. The salary, $35 a week in tips. Okay, send him right down. Mr. Grogan, this is to inform you that you are a low rodent-type rat, for stealing Eddie the waiter. It is such people as you that cause ill feeling between labor and management by offering a living wage. In closing, you are nothing but a crook, a swindler, and an all-around crumb. I remain the same. Signed, Archie. P.S.
Say, Art.
Oh, what is it, Sonny?
I told you I was looking for a job, and you go out and hire a strange waiter. What's wrong with me?
What's wrong with you? Finnegan, pull up a chair. It's going to take a little time. In the first place, you don't know how to write. How could you write down the people's orders?
I can make X's. 1 X for salad, 2 X's for soup, 3 X's for meat and coffee.
3 X's for both meat and coffee. How would you know which was which?
Simple. If you have to cut it with a knife, it's me. Look, why don't you at least try me out?
All right, I'll try you out. Now, I'm a customer sitting down here at the table. What do you do first?
I tuck the napkin under your chin.
Well, yes, that's correct as far as it goes. But what do you do if I ain't wearing a collar?
Well, if you ain't wearing a collar, what do you need a napkin for?
Then again, one uses a napkin irregardless of whether he is attired in a collar or not. That's considered good form. As a waiter, you must not forget Emily Pope.
Well, you didn't tell me you came in with a dame.
Finnegan, I would suggest that you try Ripley again, or with your hat off this time. Now, I gotta go finish this letter to Grogan. P.S. In addition to the above, Grogan, you are the gruesomest man I have ever seen.
Hiya, Bud.
Grogan, you are one of the gruesomest. Now, what can I do for you, Dimple?
I was sent here by the employment agency.
Well, if you'll pardon me, you don't look much like a waiter.
Too pretty, huh? Well, when do I start to work?
Well, just a second. I got to interview you. I got to fill out this form. Now, name?
Rosenbloom.
Born?
Yeah.
I've heard that one 1,000,000 times, and this is the first time I ever doubted it. Now, what education did you have? Did you go to high school?
Does that come before or after college?
Let's skip it.
I think I did. Well, any other questions?
Yeah. How long have you been a waiter?
How long? Well, what time did you call the agency?
Now, wait a minute. Where did you ever work?
Oh, Madison Square Garden, the Legion Stadium, the St. Nicholas Arena.
Hey, just a second. Rosenbloom. You ain't Maxie Rosenbloom, the fighter.
Yeah.
Holy cat, I didn't recognize you standing up. I've seen you fight a dozen times. I remember the night you fought King Levinsky. He really knocked your brains out that night, didn't he?
That's a great fight.
Yeah. And I was there the night that Mickey Walker flattened you with that right hook in the first round.
I was hot that night.
You never did fight Joe Louis, did you?
Nah, he was too cowardly.
Joe Louis cowardly?
Yeah, he was scared he'd kill me.
Look, Maxie, how come you gave up fighting?
Well, I had trouble with my eyes.
Oh, trouble with your eyes, huh?
Yeah, after the second round, I always seemed to be looking up at me opponent.
That's your opponent. Well, maybe you're just as well off. You know, it's a pretty tough game, that fight game. I used to be in it myself, you know.
You a pugilist?
Oh, certainly. I've pugiled around quite a bit. Look at that wrist. Feel that spike custard. No, that ain't chopped liver.
It ain't muscles.
Well, muscles ain't everything. You see, I was very clever, very scientific. I used to slither around that ring like an eel. In fact, they used to call me the ringworm.
That I believe.
Thanks. Oh, sure. I used to have this terrific corkscrew punch that I invented. You know, I'd start it right above me right knee. Then I'd twist my wrist and turn my body at the same time, you know, putting plenty of shoulder into it.
Sounds great.
Yeah, but, you know, like every great punch, it had a flaw. The recoil used to knock me flat on the face.
Hey, I wonder if I had a corkscrew punch and didn't know it.
Probably. But, Maxie, what's this about you working here as a waiter? Don't it feel strange to you after being in the ring so long to be walking around serving drinks?
Nah, I feel right at home. Between rounds, I go to a neutral corner. Oh, by the way, Archie, who's the bimbo over there?
Oh, I'll introduce you. Miss Duffy, this is Maxie Rosenbloom, the fighter.
Oh, really? You know, Mr. Rosenbloom, if it wasn't for that broken nose and those cauliflower ears, I'd never know you were a fighter.
Hey, this dame is crazy about me. Look, sister, why don't you and I stick around and help me lux out a few ball rags, huh?
I see what you mean about the eye trouble, Maxie. Okay, you're hired.
Well, what's the salary?
$35 a week in tips, plus 50 cents a round for ejaculating drunk.
$35 a week? Okay, I'll take it. Now, look, before I start, there's one thing I want misunderstood. Anybody says anything I don't like around here gets a punch in the nose. You understand that?
Well, natural.
And that includes you, ringworm. Well, I'll see you later.
Hello, Duffy. Huh? Yeah, the new waiter's here. Well, at the moment, he's sitting around with the customers. Now, don't fly into a transom, Duffy. You've got to get acquainted with the customers. Well, when closing time comes, you don't want them to be carrying out perfect strangers, do you? Okay.
Oh, Archie, I'm afraid we'll have to get rid of that Flopsy Maxie.
What's the matter?
A customer just spilled some soup, and Mr. Rosenbloom is mopping it up.
Well, what's wrong with that?
He's using the customer for a mop.
Hey, Art, what's with that new waiter?
What's the matter?
I just asked him a simple question, and he punched me right in the nose.
What was the question?
I just asked him, how's the cauliflower?
Well, I can see I'll have to take care of this guy. Hey, Maxie.
What do you want now?
Look, didn't them 5 guys you just served 5 beers to just leave?
Yeah, they left. Well, what about it?
Where is the 2 bits for the 5 beers?
They didn't pay me for them. They just left my tip.
How much was the tip?
The tip's 2 bits. You want to make something about it?
Well, no. I'm just thinking what generous guys they were.
Okay, now, look. I'm in the middle of eating. Don't bother me again.
I'm afraid I have hired a playboy.
Hi, Miss Archie.
Oh, Eddie. So the Portugal son has returned. I should think you'd be ashamed to walk into this place.
Well, a fella can get used to anything in 5 years.
So you turned turncoat on us and went over to work for Grogan, huh?
I ain't working for Grogan.
Eddie, don't add perjury to injury.
I'm telling the truth. You gave me the day off, so I just worked over there for a couple of hours, that's all.
You mean you're still working for us?
Yeah, Miss Archie, I guess I still got a soft spot in my head for the old place.
Well, I appreciate it, Eddie. And you know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to give you that $1 a week, even if I have to take it out of my own salary. And if I know Duffy, I probably will.
No, Mr. Archie, see, I don't like to...
Oh, don't worry about it. It just means it puts me in a lower income tax bracket. Besides, I do something for you, Eddie. Maybe you'll do something for me.
What?
Well, you see, we hired a new waiter while you was gone. That big guy over there with the cauliflower ears. So as I say, I do something for you, you do something for me. I want you to go over there and fire that guy.
Miss Archie, I appreciate that $1 a week, but I'd rather not have it paid to my estate.
Wait a minute. You mean you're afraid of him?
Me? Well, no, it's just that you hired him, and I think you're the logical man to fire him.
Eddie, don't you want to get no executive experience?
Yeah, but I'd rather climb the hard way, live and learn.
Okay, then, I'll do it myself. Hey, Maxie.
What is it now?
Maxie, I'm sorry to say that a situation has arose. Eddie, who worked here first, is back with us, which naturally leaves you with very little seniority to fall back on.
Hey, wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me I'm fired?
Well, frankly,
You know what happened to the last guy that fired me?
No.
Neither does he.
Now, look, Maxie, leave us not make a scene. You know what I'm driving at. Why don't you just turn in your bar rag and leave quietly?
Well, what about the week's salary?
Well, you only been here 20 minutes.
What?
Okay, we'll pay you full week's salary. Let's see. Here, 20, 25, 30, 35. Hey, Max, 35 cents.
35 what?
35 cents. What did you expect, the Blooms? And if you don't mind, I'd like a receipt.
Oh, you'd like a receipt, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, here. I'll give you one. Hello, Duffy's Tavern, headed to acting manager ticket. Miss Archer? He just went out. Yeah, for about 10 moments.
Riley for laughs. Teal, T-E-E-L, Teal, the amazing liquid dentifrice. That's it, T-E-E-L. Teal, the amazing liquid dentifrice, brings you The Life of Riley with William Bendix as Riley. Remember, friends, for beautiful smiles, it's T-E-E-L, Teal, and just for laughs, it's R-I-L-E-Y, Riley, in The Life of Riley. Well, Father's Day will be here any minute. The day on which Chester A. Riley, like millions of other fathers, finally comes into his own. At the moment, neither Riley nor his wife are at home, and his children, Babs and Junior, are cooking up a surprise that dear Daddy will never forget.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Mendoza's clothing shop?
Oh, Mr. Mendoza, this is Babs Riley.
Yes?
My brother and I have decided to buy that blue serge suit we picked out for my father.
All right. Send your papa in and I'll alter the suit to fit him.
Oh, no, we can't do that. It's a surprise for Father's Day. Couldn't you alter it without him?
Well, has he got another suit?
Oh, yes.
All right, bring that suit over and I'll get his measurements from that.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Mendoza. I'll be right over.
Well, what'd the tailor say?
We'll take him one of Dad's suits so he can get the exact measurements for the alteration.
Oh, that's a great gag. Come on, his old blue suit's here in the hall closet.
Oh, here it is on this hanger. I'll run it down to the tailor and get back before Daddy gets home.
Oh, boy, won't Pop be knocked over when we hand him a new suit?
Oh, yeah, especially when he finds out we saved up for it out of our allowance. He'll be just crazy about it.
Yeah, maybe he'll be crazy enough to raise our allowance. Hiya, Dumpling. The Lord Monster is home.
Hello, dear. Riley.
What's the matter?
Look at you. Riley, you were in a fight.
Yeah, with that bus driver again. He passed my stop and then he refused to back up 4 blocks to let me off.
Oh, well. Hang your coat up in the hall closet. I'll fix it later.
Okay. I can't give you anything but love. Hey, that's funny. Peg, did you see my blue suit?
It's hanging in the hall closet.
No, it ain't. There's only the pants here. The coat and vest are gone.
Well, they must be someplace. Look in the other closet.
Why are my clothes always being shoved around? We got a house with 5 closets. There's at least 100 hangers in them, and I haven't even got a nail I can call my own. No wonder married men leave home.
Now, Riley, I don't like that kind of talk.
Oh, Dumpling, I'm only kidding. Why, if I ever left home, I'd take you and the kids with me. I'm going to look for that coat and vest. I got an important business meeting at my lodge tonight, and I love to wear that suit when I shoot pool.
Well, here's my father's suit, Mr. Mendoza.
Fine. Where's the pants?
Well, they're in the hanger.
Oh, all you got here is the coat and vest.
Oh, gosh. The pants must have been on a separate hanger.
Yes. Well, I'll measure the coat and vest right now, and you can take them home and bring me the pants.
All right.
You write down what I say.
Okay.
Sleeves, 32.5. Shoulders. Hey, Babs, Pop's home. Get out of that closet.
But I forgot Daddy's pants.
Gee, didn't the tailor get the measurements yet?
Only the coat and vest. I put them back. Now I have to bring these pants over to him.
That's the fact, so let's face it. Here comes Pop. Let's beat it. Come on.
Come on, Ed. Don't slam the door.
I looked high, low, and medium, and I tell you the coat and vest is gone.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Where could they go to?
I don't know, but that was a high-class suit, and I'm sure the coat and vest didn't walk out of the house without the pants.
Then where are they?
I know. I should have thought of it before. A burglar.
A burglar?
Yeah.
Well, then why didn't he take the pants?
Maybe he's got pants. It must have been a burglar. I'm phoning the police.
Now, wait, Riley, you can't be sure.
Of course I'm sure. This ain't just guesswork. This is real circumstantial evidence.
Police headquarters.
Hello, police. This is Chester A. Riley, 1313 Blueview Terrace. I've been robbed.
Who did it?
Well, now, that's a coincidence. I was just going to ask you that.
Any clues, Mr. Riley?
Plenty. Look for a burglar with a coat and vest and no pants.
What?
The crook took a coat and vest, but he left his pants. I mean my pants. It's a blue suit. All I got left is my pants.
All right, we'll look into it.
Thanks, officer.
What did the police say?
They're going to look into my pants.
Riley, I'm sure that coat and vest are around here someplace.
Peg, be reasonable. We looked everywhere, didn't we?
Yes. Are you sure they're not in the hall closet?
Now, listen, Peg, I know what a coat and vest looks like, and when I say they ain't there, they ain't there. Here, see for yourself. I wish you'd believe me when I...
Well, for heaven's sake, there's your coat and vest right in front of your eyes. I told you made a mistake. Riley, well, what's the matter? You found your coat and vest.
I know, but now the pants is missing.
What are you doing?
I'm phoning the police again. I love them pants. Them pants was always close to my heart.
Hello, police headquarters.
Hello, police. Listen, this is Riley.
Riley?
Yeah, remember I phoned you to pick up a burglar with a coat and vest but no pants?
Yeah, what now?
Well, drop my coat and vest and pick up my pants.
Well, here's my father's pants, Mr. Mendoza.
Hey, Babs, the funniest thing happened. Remember you wrote down the measurements of the coat and vest?
Yes, on a blotter.
Well, my little boy was doing his homework here, and he spilled ink all over the blotter.
What?
Yeah, now I can't read the measurements.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can remember them.
Oh, good. Well?
I think the sleeve length was 59 inches.
59?
Well, doesn't that sound right?
Oh, no. With arms that long, your papa wouldn't need a suit. He'd have a coat of natural fur.
Well, I better phone my brother and he'll bring the coat and vest over.
Well, couldn't you just bring your father over here?
And spoil a surprise? Oh, it's much more fun for Daddy this way. Hello, Junior.
Listen. Something is fishy here. Now, let me see. First, I come home from work. I go over to the hall closet here. Then I open the door, and I... now the whole suit is missing. That burglar must have been hiding here all the time. I don't mind a guy stealing, but let him steal out in the open like an honest man.
Police headquarters.
Listen, this is Riley. Remember I told you to look for a burglar with a coat and vest but no pants?
Yes, but...
And then I told you to look for a burglar with pants but no coat and vest?
That's right.
Well, never mind looking for a burglar with pants but no coat and vest. And don't look for a burglar with a coat and vest but no pants. Just look for a burglar with a coat, vest, and pants. Are you following me, officer?
No, but I think maybe we should.
Babs, here's Pop's pants. I ran all the way.
Well, that's fine, Junior.
But we got to get the whole suit packed right away. I just remembered that it's Pop's lodge meeting night, and he always wears this suit.
Oh, jeepers. The tailor just went out on a delivery. He can't take the measurements till he gets back.
We can't wait. We'll get the measurements some other way. Come on, we got to get this suit back in the closet.
You, Mr. Riley.
Oh, hello, Waldo. How's my little neighbor?
Oh, my aching back.
Your wife again, Waldo?
Yes, Mr. Riley. My dear spouse is planning her vacation, and she asked me where I thought she should go. So I told her.
Waldo, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I suggested that she go to the 1,000 Islands and spend a month on each island.
Oh, boy, I bet she was mad.
Oh, you should have heard her yell. But one of these fine days, I'll shut that big mouth of hers.
How?
I'll put alum in her lipstick.
Yeah, well, I've got troubles, too, Waldo.
Still no sign of the missing suit?
Well, how did you know about that, Waldo?
Oh, I just happened to be passing your keyhole, and I heard you talking to the police.
Oh, then you know all about it, huh?
Oh, yes. First you saw the pants, but the coat and the vest were missing. Then you saw the coat and the vest, but the pants were missing.
Now the whole suit's missing.
Yeah, that's right, Harpo. What do you think I should do?
Take a nice long sea voyage.
There's nothing wrong with me. It's the truth.
Believe me, Mr. Riley, this whole thing is just your imagination.
No, it ain't. You know me for years. You know I'm a man without any imagination.
Then you insist that the suit is really missing?
For Pete's sake, Waldo, don't you start that. Come on into the house and you can look in the closet for yourself.
Well, you don't have to drag me, Mr. Riley. I believe you.
No. I want you to see with your own eyes that the suit is gone.
Oh.
After all, I'd be crazy to say the suit is missing if it wasn't. Here's the closet. There, look. Now, what do you see?
Your blue suit.
You see, didn't I tell you? It's back again.
It's either back again or still here.
If that suit is here, then where am I? Waldo, it's happened.
What happened?
It's finally happened. After 6 years of riveting, it's finally got me. I'm going berserk.
Seal has just brought you the first act of The Life of Riley, and we'll be back at Riley in just a moment. Meanwhile, this is Ken Carpenter. It can happen to you. Yes, daily brushing with toothpaste or powder containing harsh abrasives can cause gum-lined cavities. Don't risk it. Use safe liquid Teal. You see, out of every 10 adults, 8 have receding gums. And when gums recede, parts of teeth are exposed which are 25 times softer than tooth enamel. Those softer parts are easily damaged by daily brushings with toothpaste or powder containing harsh abrasives. So chances are 8 in 10 you are risking those ground-in cavities, unless the dentifrice you use contains no abrasives. Teal is the only leading dentifrice that contains no abrasives. Teal cleans teeth with a patented ingredient, protects teeth from ground-in gum-lined cavities. The Teal way takes 1 extra minute a week to make teeth look their best safely. Follow directions on the package. Ask for large family-size Teal and save money. T-E-E-L, Teal, the refreshing liquid dentifrice. And now back to The Life of Riley with William Bendix as Riley. Riley is beginning to fear that something is wrong with his mind because of a blue suit of his that keeps mysteriously disappearing and reappearing from the hall closet. Actually, of course, his children have been sneaking it down to the tailor in order to get Riley's measurements so they can surprise him on Father's Day with a new suit.
Riley, are you looking in that closet again? That's 6 times since dinner.
Yeah, well, I'm just checking up. I want to make sure my suit is still there.
Of course it's there. And it's been there all day.
But, Peg, I saw it when it wasn't there. I mean...
Oh, see, you don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Now, go on and relax, dear, while I get supper ready.
Yeah, okay. All I know is I must be seeing things. Oh, hello, kids. What are you two whispering about?
Whispering?
Yeah.
We weren't whispering, Pop.
First I'm seeing things, now I'm hearing things.
What, Daddy?
Oh, nothing. I think I'll lie down here on the couch and relapse.
Come on out on the porch, Junior. Let Daddy rest.
Hey, Babs, now what about the measurements?
Well, we could take the suit to the tailor tomorrow when Daddy's at work.
Yeah, but he might find out. Gosh, I was... Shh! Who's that coming up the walk?
Oh, it's Mr. Odell, the undertaker.
Greetings, children.
Hello, Mr. Odell.
What are you two youngsters up to?
Well, it's a secret. You won't tell Pop, will you?
Of course not. As we say in my profession, Mummy's the word.
Well, we want to surprise Daddy with a new suit for Father's Day.
Oh, how sweet. Down at Danoff's haberdashery, they have a lovely sport suit. Midnight black, with ebony black stripes. Noisy but natty.
Well, we got one all picked out, but we got to get Pop's measurements on the QT.
You need his measurements? You've come to the right man.
Oh, gee, could you get him? But don't let him catch on.
Have no fear. I'll be subtle.
Who's there?
It is I, Digby Odell, the friendly undertaker.
Come in, Digger. Hiya, Digger.
Greetings, Riley. You're looking fine. Very natural. Oh, don't bother getting up. Just lie there.
You don't mind, Digger?
Not at all. It makes me feel at home.
Oh, well, okay, then I'll lie here, but I'm going to keep on talking.
Tell me, what's new, Riley?
Oh, nothing much, except that I ain't feeling so good, Digger. I'm in pretty bad shape.
Nonsense, Riley. You're good for a long while yet. But tell me, how tall are you?
Oh, 5'11".
Let's say an even 6 feet. Just to be comfy. Now tell me...
Hey, wait a minute. I'm getting up.
Please, lie there, Riley. As a favor to me. Now the width. I'd say about 22 inches across the shoulders.
Digger, cut it out. Stop measuring me with your eyes.
Well, if you insist, then I'll use my tape measure. Now, if you'll please, hold your hand.
Fold my... No, I won't. I'm getting up. Let me up, I tell you.
Oh, very well. I've never run into this kind of resistance before. What's distressing you?
Oh, Digger, I'm afraid I'm becoming a nervous wretch.
Ah, yes. Some years ago, my nerves affected me, too. I became terribly absent-minded.
Was it bad?
Ah, yes. The doctor advised that I bury myself in my work. And one day, by accident, I did. Oh, I was mortified.
Yeah, but what should I do, Digger?
Well, first, go to a doctor.
The doctor? Yeah, that's just what I'll do.
And if your doctor can't help you, I'll straighten you out. Well, cheerio. I'd better be shoveling off.
So I'm taking Digger's advice, Waldo.
Yeah.
Right after breakfast, I'm going to see the doctor.
Mr. Riley, you don't actually think there's something wrong in your head?
No, I'm pretty sure there's nothing there.
Oh.
But I want the doctor to check me anyway. I got a test all figured out. You see this box?
Yes. Why is it all sealed up with adhesive tape?
Oh, well, that's part of the test, so that I'd know if anybody opened it. Last night, I put my blue suit in this box with my own hands, and then I sealed it.
What are you driving at, Mr. Riley?
I take this box to the doctor and tell him to open it.
Yeah?
If the suit's still in there, the doctor will say, Riley, you're nuts. There's nothing wrong with you. But if the suit ain't there, he'll just say, Riley, you're nuts.
Looked in the closet. Daddy's suit isn't there.
I know. See this box here with the adhesive tape?
Yeah.
I saw him put the suit in there last night.
Oh, I guess he's afraid of moths. Has he left for work yet?
No, he's eating breakfast.
Well, then come on. Let's sneak the suit over to the tailor.
No, Pop's liable to see it's gone and get wise. I got a better idea.
What?
There's a box just like this one in Mom's closet.
What's in it?
Oh, a lot of old stuff of mine that Mom's been saving from when I was a baby. You know, rompers and rubber pants. Now, suppose we stick some adhesive tape on it, just like this one, then switch boxes. Pop will never know the difference.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. Quick, let's do it now.
Good morning, Doctor.
Hello there, Riley. How you feeling?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, what's wrong?
Look, Doc, when a guy sees things that ain't there and doesn't see things when they are there, does that mean he's crazy?
Well, psychiatrists don't like to use the word crazy. It might mean that the individual is a victim of hallucinatory experiences, probably indicative of and, in fact, activated by an incipient psychoneurosis.
I'd rather be crazy.
But just what is the trouble, Riley?
Well, you see this box, Doc?
Mm-hmm.
Last night I took off what I was wearing, and I put it in this box and sealed it up.
Well, what about it?
Well, I want you to open the box and see if it's still there.
I don't see the point, Riley.
Please, Doc, it's important.
Well, all right, if you insist. Now, you take a seat over there.
All right.
I'll open the box. Now, let's see what we have. Great Scott. Rubber panties.
What's the matter, Doc? Ain't it there?
Riley, I'd like to ask you a few questions. Tell me, are you sure you wore these last night?
Yeah, positive, Doc. You see, this place where I went, there was ladies present. And I wanted to go formal.
Riley.
Yeah?
Do you often have a desire to dress up like that?
No, not too often. Not around the house. Only when I go out among people. And I want to make an impression.
Yes, I see. Desire to make an impression, huh?
Yeah, sure. Of course, it's not a perfect fit. You see, since I first got it, I put on a little weight.
Riley, what is your wife's reaction when you wear this garment?
Oh, well, she thinks it's time I had a new one. On account of the seat is shining.
Riley, you're not a well man. I'm afraid you're suffering from what is known as infantile reversion.
But, Doc, I don't understand. I'm okay now as long as my blue suit's in the box.
There's no suit in this box.
Huh? Look. Holy smoke. Rubber panties. What a revolting development this is.
Mr. Riley, I'm afraid I'm going to have to send...
No, Doc. It's a big mistake. My mind's okay. I'm normal. I can explain. You see, I put the blue suit in the box with my own hands, and I sealed it up, and nobody touched it, but somehow the blue suit got out of the box, and the rubber panties... Okay, lock me up. And then, Peg, the doctor gave me this here medicine and said that all I need is rest. But I'm going to go to another doctor who specializes in brains. I'm positive I need one.
Oh, now, look here. There's nothing wrong with you.
But, Peg, I was so sure that I put my suit in the box. How did it get out? You can't answer that.
Yes, I can. There was a box in my closet just like yours, full of Junior's old baby clothes. And somehow the boxes must have gotten mixed up.
No, it's my mind. I know it must be, because I put the adhesive tape on the box with my own.
I got the new suit.
Oh, boy, all finished.
Yes, and it's a beauty. Oh, where's Daddy?
He's in the kitchen with Mom. Sounds like she's giving him a lecture about something.
Well, do you think Daddy suspects anything?
Nah, he never even missed his old suit.
Now, let's hang it up here in the closet.
That's a good idea. Hang the new suit right next to the old one. When he goes to get his pajamas in a little while, he'll get the surprise.
All there is to it, dear. Now, take my word for it. You're perfectly normal.
I am? Gee, that's awful sweet of you. But, Dumpling, how did I get mixed up like that?
Oh, you probably went to the wrong closet and got the boxes mixed up.
Yes, sure, that's it. Can you beat that? Why, the whole thing is as plain as my face. I bet right now... I bet the suit is in the closet right now. Come on, let's go see, just for the fun of it.
Of course it's in the closet.
Absolutely. If the thing is there, you see it. And if it ain't there, you don't see it. Now, you see? Now I see two blue suits there. Two suits. They're multiplying like rabbits.
Two suits, but Riley...
You see it too, Peg. You see, we're both crazy.
What?
Huh?
Pop, it's your new suit. We bought it for Father's Day.
Oh, that's right, Riley. It is Father's Day tomorrow.
The new suit. But the old suit in the box with the baby clothes. A new suit? Old suit? Two suits?
Gee, Daddy, aren't you happy about your new suit?
Oh, sure. Sure, kids, sure. I'm happy. I'm as happy as if I was in my right mind.
Riley will be back in half a minute. Safe Liquid Teal cleans teeth without abrasives, protects teeth from gum-lined cavities, cavities ground in by daily use of toothpastes and powders containing harsh abrasives. Ask for T-E-E-L, Teal, the refreshing liquid dentifrice.
Well, Dumpling, here I am. How do I look in my new suit?
My, you look lovely, dear. It's the nicest one you've ever had.
Oh, yeah, it's nifty. Oh, gee, what wonderful kids we got. But the next time they want my measurements, I wish they'd ask me for them.
Well, the whole mystery's been cleared up, so forget it.
Oh, I already forgot about it.
Oh, by the way, where's your old suit?
I'm wearing it under this new one. I ain't taking no more chances.
Procter & Gamble, makers of Teal, the amazing liquid dentifrice, invites you to be their guests next week to hear the life of Riley with William Bendix as Riley. William Bendix appears by arrangement with Hal Roach. The Life of Riley is produced for Teal by Irving Brecker and is directed by Don Bernard. Music by Lou Kozlov. This is Ken Carpenter on behalf of Teal, inviting you to listen again next week. And remember, for laughs, it's R-I-L-E-Y, Riley, and for lovely smiles, it's T-E-E-L, Teal. Teal, the amazing liquid dentifrice, protects teeth beautifully.
It's a washing miracle for silk, nylon, woolens, dishes.
What are you talking about?
Dreft. I'll spell it. D-R-E-F-T, Dreft. Yes, ladies, and Dreft spells faster, brighter, safer cleaning than any suds before in history.
That's true. Take lingerie, for example. Why, Dreft keeps my dainty underthings fresher and brighter than even expensive soap flakes.
Right. You see, Dreft is different from soap. Dreft's rich suds rinse clean and clear. They simply can't leave any sticky deposit the way all soaps do. No wonder Dreft keeps lingerie, stockings, new woolens, prettier and brighter far longer than any soap could ever do. With Dreft, there's no soap fading.
Yes, and for washing dishes, Dreft is just unbelievable. Why, Dreft makes my dishes shine even without wiping. Every woman knows how dishes washed with soap dry with a greasy film unless you polish them. Well, my Dreft wash dishes drain dry, bright and sparkling. Even glasses sparkle without touching a towel to them.
Yes, ladies. Decide now to open up this bright new world of beauty for your nice things, for your fine washables, for your dishes. So get Dreft in a bright green package. Dreft, Procter & Gamble's amazing suds discovery that gives you faster, brighter, safer cleaning than any suds before in history. That's D-R-E-F-T, Dreft. Next time you shop, get Dreft.
Listen again next week, same time, when Teal, for a Beautiful Smile, brings you the Life of Riley for laughs.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog is Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, the Pine Ridge Bakery is doing business, but Lum's first new product, prune bread, didn't turn out so well. The only thing that can be said in its favor is that it drove Grandpappy Spears and the Almanac out of the Jot 'em Down store and sent him home to bed. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the store, library, and bakery, and Cedric has just entered. Listen.
Well, hello, Cedric.
Hello, Mr. Abner.
Come on in.
Well, whereabouts is Mr. Lum at?
Oh, well, he went into the county seat, had some business to do in there. Ought to be back pretty soon, though. What did you want to see him about?
Oh, I never wanted to see him. I just hoping he'd gone so you could read me another one of them stories you got in the library over there.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Cedric. I can't read you nothing today. I'm too busy.
I'd like to hear that one about Pinky Winky the rabbit.
Yeah, well, some other time, Cedric.
Old Pinky Winky wanted to swim underwater like a goldfish, didn't he?
Yeah.
So me and Freddie Fox put up a sign, swimming instructor, and then when Pinky come over there, the fox jumped at him and hit his head on the sign and fell in the creek and drowned. You recollect that story, Mr. Abner?
Why, of course I do.
Well, how does it go?
How does it go? Well, you just now told me the whole thing.
Yes, sir, but I want to hear you tell it again. I just love the way you tell it.
Oh, Cedric. Well, you'll have to stop bothering me today. I just got too much work to do. Got to run the store here, and the library, and the bakery, and 100 other things.
Why don't Mr. Lum stay here and help you some?
Oh, he thinks he's got to go into the county seat and get orders for bread and cakes and stuff.
The county seat?
Yeah, he's got it in his head now, Cedric, that he wants to run a bakery wagon clean from here to the county seat.
Bakery wagon?
Yeah. He ain't baked up a thing yet that's fit to eat, but still he wants to sell the dad blame stuff all over the country.
We got some of that prune bread he made yesterday.
I'd rather you wouldn't even mention that, Cedric.
Mom and Papa both got some of it, and they got sick eating it.
I ain't surprised.
So I give it to my dog, and he got sick, too.
Well?
Just sat there and whined all night long.
He did, huh?
Yes, but I sort of liked it myself. You got any more of it around here?
Any more? Of course not. I throwed every bit of that away. And as long as I live, I hope I never come face to face with another piece of that carnation stuff. Makes me shudder to think about it.
What happens in that story about Pinky?
Just a minute, Cedric. I believe that was our ring.
That's a telephone.
I get it. Hello. Jot 'em down, store and library and bakery and stuff. Abner Peabody doing the talking. Huh? Oh, it's you again, Grandpap. Well, what do you want this time?
Whether I like Pinky, Winky, or Little Face of it.
Uh-huh.
Or the mole.
Uh-huh.
Or oily.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting, Grandpap.
That's the strongest.
All right. All right. Goodbye. Dog it, I don't care if they did.
Did what, Mr. Abner?
Why, Roanoke College beat William and Mary 13-0 in a football game in 1936.
They did?
According to the almanac. Or at least that's what Grandpap said.
William and Mary?
Yeah.
William and Mary who?
I don't know, Cedric. He didn't say what their last names was. Don't seem right, though, for a girl to be out there playing football. That's too rough a game for them.
Yes, I know a Mary Newton over south of Odin. She's big enough to play football. Reckon it's her?
Well, it might be. I don't know.
She won the weightlifting contest at the county fair last year.
She did?
Yes, Mom.
Well.
Oh, she's awful big. You know them things where they take a big sledgehammer and hit it with it, and it makes a little orange something run up a pole and hit a bell?
Yeah.
She done that.
Well.
She rung the bell, and they give her a cigar for it.
A cigar?
Yes, sir.
Why, she don't smoke cigars, does she?
She smoked that one.
Well, I do know. Well, I wish that Grandpap would stop calling up here every few minutes. He just got to... wait a minute, there comes Lum.
Mom?
Lum coming up out there. Back from the county seat already.
Must be.
Yeah. Well, I hope he made a success of himself at selling that stuff. Well, howdy, Lum.
Yeah, gentlemen.
Did you get any orders for bread and stuff?
Well, I can't exactly say yet. Oh, hello, Cedric.
Howdy, Mr. Lum. Did you know Mary Newton was on the football team, Mr. Lum?
Football team?
Yes, sir. According to the almanac.
Don't pay no attention to that, Lum. Grandpap just called up again to tell us something else that he read in that dad-blame book.
For goodness sakes, is he still calling up?
Yeah.
I thought we got shut of him when we give him the almanac and let him take it home.
I did, too.
Thought he was sick today anyway.
He is. But he keeps getting out of bed and goes clean downstairs to the phone every time he finds something he thinks is interesting.
Yeah, I do know. My granny, he's going to read a hole right through that book.
I wish he would, so as he'd have to quit reading the thing.
Yeah, he's a nuisance.
Oh, my. Did you get any bakery orders?
Well, no, I didn't exactly get any, but there was one feller there that runs a grocery store said that he'd think it over and call us more than likely.
He'd think it over?
Yeah.
Well, I don't like the sound of that very well.
Don't like the sound of it?
Why, no, that's what we always tell a drummer when we don't want to buy something.
Yeah, but this was different. I could tell he was sure enough interested, Abner. It was the Hudson Brothers who it was. Biggest store on the south side of town.
Yeah.
In fact, it's the only store over there.
Yeah, I believe it is.
He said his brother sort of looked after that end of the buying, and he'd talk to him quick as he got in.
Well.
He'd talk it over. Fact is, I figured he might have already called by the time I got out here.
No, I ain't heard a thing from him.
Well, I reckon his brother ain't came in yet. I give him a sample of that prune bread, and he ate it. Or that part of it, anyway. Said he weren't much hungry, he didn't believe.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh?
Why, well, just plain uh-oh, I reckon. Uh-oh, that's the reason he never called. If he'd done any calling at all, he more than likely called a doctor.
Granny, you just wait and see. I bound you he'll order 40 or 50 loaves at a time. That's a big store.
Oh, yeah, it's a big store, all right.
Oh, my, yeah. You just ought to have seen the business they was doing this morning.
Well...
They do so much business, they have to advertise.
They do?
Yes, sir. Granny, that's what we ought to do, too, you know it. Put an ad right there in the county seat paper.
Well, folks ain't gonna walk all the way to Pine Ridge to buy a loaf of bread, Lum.
Well, they got cars, ain't they?
Well, nobody ain't gonna drive 44 miles to buy a loaf of bread neither.
22 miles is all it is out here.
Well, they got to get back, ain't they?
Yeah, that's right, ain't it?
Why, sure.
Well, they can buy more than one loaf at a time. Load their whole car up while they're here.
Well, folks don't want to buy that much bread at a time. It'd get stale.
Well, that ain't our worry. That's their business. Maybe they like stale bread. I don't know.
Oh, nobody don't like stale bread.
Well, how do you know? Granny, you've got to where you're the biggest know-it-all here lately I ever seen in my life.
Wait a minute. That's our ring, I believe. I'll get it.
Granny, that's more than likely one of the Hudson brothers calling right now.
Yeah?
Go ahead and answer it, Abner.
Yeah.
Tell him you're my secretary. That'll make a big impression on him.
Hello? Got 'em down store, library, and Pine Ridge Bakery.
That's right. Give it all to him.
Oh, yeah. How many? 160.
For the land's sake, Cedric, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Ordering 160 loaves.
Well, I do know.
160 loaves, huh? Yeah, ain't that what he said, Abner?
Well, just a minute. Hold up on. What did you say, Long?
Ain't that what he said, 160?
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I thought you said.
Hello? Excuse me, Lum was hollering at me. Uh-huh.
Granny's run back there in the feed room and bring up 3 or 4 packs of flour, Cedric.
Uh-huh.
We're in the bakery business right now.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Order some pies and cakes, too, I reckon.
Why, sure, we'll deliver this afternoon.
Bakeries are upset.
All right, much obliged. Goodbye.
All right, Granny, come on, Abner. You got to help me. Get a bunch of that yeast over there and put it in this wash tub.
Yeast?
Yeah, and then get some salt. Better bring in 2 or 3 buckets of water, too.
Yeah, well, what are we doing, Long?
We're mixing up dough. What do you think we're doing?
Oh.
Here's the flour, Mr. Long.
Good.
Well, open up 2 or 3 sacks of it and put it in that tub, Cedric. Hurry up, Abner. We got to work fast
Yeah,
here.
well, who we making all this bread for in such a rush?
That's the time, Cedric. Now pour that bucket of water there in the tub.
Long, who we making all this for in such a rush?
Why, the fella you just spoke to on the phone.
On the phone?
Why, sure, he ordered 160 loaves, didn't he?
Why, no, that was Grandpappy Spears. He just wanted to tell me that there was 160 farms in Hamilton County, New York in 1930, and wanted us to deliver 2 cans of smoking tobacco over to him this afternoon.
Well, I'll be dead blamed.
Hey, Andy, did you hear that whistle?
Sure did, Amos. That whistle means Rinso white, Rinso bright, Rinso new.
That's right. It means that this is Sunday and we're on the air for Rinso with Solium.
The Amos and Andy Show with Lulu and Ernestine Wade, Shirley Mitchell, Bea Benaderet, John Brown, Jeff Alexander and his orchestra, and radio's all-time favorites, Amos and Andy. Yes, sir, the Amos and Andy Show, brought to you by Lever Brothers Company, makers of New Rinso, the only soap that contains Solium. That's why Rinso gets your clothes whiter and brighter than new.
Rinso white, Rinso bright,
Rinso new.
happy little wash they call.
Every morning, much to the Kingfish's annoyance, his wife Sapphire makes it a point to listen to her favorite radio program, Breakfast with the Happy Harringtons, the happiest couple on radio. It's almost 10:30, and the Harringtons, Harriet and Henry, are about to sign off.
Well, Harriet, I see our time is up, and once again, we must say goodbye to all our dear, dear friends.
That's right, darling. And until tomorrow, this is Harriet.
And Henry saying goodbye and stay
George, wasn't the Harringtons wonderful this morning? They always so gay and happy.
Wonderful nothing. It's disgusting. As a matter of fact, they're so happy I got a sneaking suspicion they ain't even married at all.
George, what is you talking about? Their pictures is in all the magazines. Why, there's America's happiest couple.
Listen, the only reason them stupid Harringtons is happy is because they got money, that's all.
George, that ain't true. You know money can't buy happiness.
Maybe not, but marriage is a great thing when you got money. It's like putting orange juice in castor oil. It makes the whole mess take a lot easier to take. That's all. And we could show you some citrus juice around this place, too.
Well, I don't care what you say, George. You could learn a lot from a man that's as happy and as wonderful as Mr. Harrington on the radio.
Oh, sure is happy. Sitting up there in that penthouse wearing a $200 suit of clothes, sipping his coffee out of a gold cup, worrying about which nightclub he's going to later on.
What you mean?
Well, you bring that boy up here in this cold water flat with the door off the icebox and the linoleum curling up, and sit him across from you with your hair up and curlers. I tell you that Happy Henry would go on the air tomorrow and bawl for 2 solid hours.
Listen, George Stevens, I'm tired of all this fighting and bickering. From now on, we're going to be a happily married couple. Do you understand?
Well, it's all right with me. I've always been the one that's been trying to get happiness.
What is you talking about? I'm the one who has always brought the happiness into the home.
You brought the happiness. You has had a sourpuss all your life.
Don't you call me no sourpuss. I'm always trying to be gay and happy, you bum.
You gay and happy. Why, there's fellas in the death house that's gayer than you is.
Now listen, George Stevens. Me and you is going to have happiness around here if I have to beat it into your thick head 3 times a day. Do you hear that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you can get your own breakfast.
I wonder if that hospitalization policy I got covers happiness. I wonder. Yeah, Brother Ender, Sapphire, I've been climbing all over me again. Really something living with that woman.
Yeah, you was worse off than that fella Daniel Boone that they throwed in the lion's den, you know that?
Yeah, we was even fighting. I was just thinking something on the way over here to the Lord's Hall. We was even fighting 2 years before we was married.
Yeah, well, if you was fighting 2 years before you was married, how come you ever went through it at all?
Well, Andy, don't you remember back in Georgia, after I was engaged to Sapphire? Don't you remember I tried to break the thing off? But circumstances was against me. Don't you remember that thing back there now?
Yeah, sure. I remember that. I remember the very night that you was going to bust up the thing.
Sure.
Sure, I was working for the ice company then. And I rode you over to Sapphire's house in my ice wagon. I remember that we was clapping along
Say,
there.
Cake Eater, sure nice of you to drive me over here.
Yeah, well, me and my horse here, man of war, is glad to do it.
Sure, this is a pretty jazzy ice wagon you're driving here, ain't it, Anna? Kind of unusual.
Well, you see, before Mr. Perkins that owns the ice company got it, confidential, it used to be a hearse.
That's so.
Oh, yeah. There ain't ever been nothing in the back of this wagon that wasn't cold, I'll tell you.
Yeah, and on top of that, the customers can see the ice through the cut glass window there, yeah. Nice arrangement. Well, here's the house, Anna. I better get on in, get it over with.
Yeah, you really gonna bust up with your gal Sapphire? Huh?
Oh, I'm gonna bust it off, boy. I'm gonna see the expression on her face. Yeah, we are serving diplomatic relations, Anna.
Yeah, well, I tell you, I didn't want to say nothing before, but I don't blame you. You know, when it comes to flappers, that Sapphire's about the flappiest flapper in town. Well, good luck to you, Georgie.
Oh, thanks. 23 skidoo and all that stuff. I'm just a vagabond lover. Hey-do-do-do. Well, I hope she don't take this too hard, busting up the engagement. I wonder how Rudolph Valentino would handle a thing like this.
Well, snap my garter if it ain't Banjo Eyes. Come on in.
Hello, Sapphire. No, I'd rather talk to you here on the porch. Well, Sapphire, you know how we has been talking about getting married.
Yeah.
Well, There's something that I want to tell you, Sapphire.
Oh, fine, George. And say, I'm glad you got here tonight. The whole family's here and ready to meet you.
The whole family?
Yes. My brother Harry just got back from the steel mill, and my cousin Strangler's in town between fights, and Papa will be down in a minute. He's upstairs cleaning one of his shotguns. Well, Georgie, what was it you wanted to discuss about us getting married?
Well, you see, that is the thing. Well, we would tomorrow be too soon?
Oh, George, you've made me the happiest woman in all the world.
Oh, yeah, that was something, all right. And that was 23 years ago, huh, Kingfish?
Yeah.
Boy, you was really on the spot that night.
Yeah, well, the fighting started the minute the ceremony was over. In the middle of the reception, she called me upstairs and accused me of kissing every one of the bridesmaids.
Yeah, well, did you?
Of course not. Well, Mama locked all the ones that was under 18 years of old in the back room there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember. I was in there with them.
Oh, I tell you, my marriage got off to a fighting start, all right.
Yeah, Kingfish, I guess you ain't exactly had a happy married life, has you?
Well, I tell you, and on our honeymoon, Sapphire, well, she done hit me on the head with a vase. I was unconscious for 3 days, and I hate to say this, but Andy, them was the happiest 3 days of my marriage life.
Yeah, you really had a rough time of it, all right, King.
Yeah, but you know, Andy, I gotta confess something. This radio program they call the Happy Harringtons that Sapphire listened to every morning, it done started me thinking.
Yeah, what you mean?
Well, between me and you, well, maybe a lot of this fighting and bickering that me and Sapphire does might just possibly be my fault. You know, I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, that's right. It might be at that, Kingfish.
And she admired that Happy Harrington fella so much, you know, I believe that I will try to pattern myself after him and see if I can't get some happiness in our lives. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do that.
Yeah, well, you got a good idea there, Kingfish. That's good, yes, sir.
Yeah, and I'm going to be a changed man. From now on, I'm going to be a regular bluebird of happiness.
Yeah, well, that's quite a switch, all right. For the past 20 years, you've been nothing but a bald-headed eagle, have you?
Yeah, then I've been listening to the Happy Harringtons radio program for a week now, boy.
Yes, well, is you done found out the secret of their happiness yet?
Yeah, then it seemed that a lot of their happiness hinge on the way this fella Harrington treat his wife.
Do, huh?
And now, for instance, yesterday, he brung her a whole bouquet of flowers.
Well, what was the matter? Was she in the hospital or something?
No. He give them to her to clear sky. He ain't done nothing, and he just brung them home to her. That's what he done.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, he didn't have no interior motive or nothing. That's what the man did.
Well, tell me this. Wouldn't it be just as easy for you to do the same thing?
Yeah, well, then something else too he do all the time.
What's that?
He always kisses his wife before he leave in the morning and kisses her when he come home at night.
Yeah, well, with Sapphire, that's going to be a little rough on you, I'll tell you that.
Well, I don't mind kissing Sapphire when I leave in the morning, but always when I come home in the evening, well, I just don't like to spoil my supper, Andy. That's one.
Yeah, well, you got a point there, all right. You got to watch your health.
Yeah, but the big thing with these Harringtons seem to be their social life. They're always telling how they've been to the opera with Noel or chit-chatting at the theater with Tallulah. Yeah. In other words, they're always chit-chatting with charming people. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, well, you know something? I think there's your angle right there. That face of Sapphire's is designed more for chit-chatting than it is for kissing, I'll tell you.
Well, I'm going to start tonight, Anna. I'm going to do it all in one evening. I'm going to bring her flowers. I'm going to bring her candy, introduce her to charming people, and take her out to dinner and everything.
You mean you're going to do that all in one evening?
Yeah, I'm going to combine all the stuff into one big atomic bomb of happiness. And then I'm going to smack her right in the face with it. That's right.
Well, there's only one thing, Kingfish. Where is you going to get these charming and cultured friends you're going to chit-chat with?
Well, now, Anna, that's where I'm going to have to cut a few corners. Now, here's what. I want you to get a hold of my secretary, Charmaine LaRue, and you and her is going to be my charming circle of friends tonight.
Okay, Kingfish, I'll get Charmaine all right. And we'll be up at your house at 7 o'clock. But there's one thing I hope.
What's that?
Sometime during the evening, I hopes that me and Charmaine can get off the chit-chatting and on to the smooching.
Oh, yes. Well, Sapphire, darling, is my little wife all set for the big evening?
Well, I'm dressed, if that's what you mean.
But, honey, ain't you going to wear the beautiful flowers I brung you?
You got your nerve bringing flowers in this house. You done brung back my hay fever.
I forgot about yeah, you was algebraic the flowers, ain't you? You'll be sneezing all evening, won't you, darling?
Yes, I will. Thanks to you.
Well, at least, sweetheart, I know you're enjoying that big box of candy that I brung you. That was expensive stuff, you know.
I'll say it's expensive. I bit into one of the caramels and snapped my pivot, too.
Snap your pivot, too? You mean the thing come out on you?
No, but it's very loose, and I don't know how long it's going to hold.
Yeah, well, when we get over to the nightclub, I better sit right opposite your table. You start sneezing from the hay fever, that pivot, too, liable to shoot out there like a bullet.
This certainly looks like it's going to be a great evening.
Look, honey, let's not start getting into fights. We're going to start cultivating some nice couples. We're going to chit-chat and everything else and be gay and jolly. We're going to be the happy Stevenses from now on.
Well, George, I don't feel happy. Some friends we're going out with. That Secretary Charmaine of yours and Andy Brown.
Oh, come now, honey. Be happy, happy, happy. By the way, sweetheart, as I told you how charming you looks in your new evening dress, you look stunning. You look ravishing tonight. You is a vision of loveliness.
George, has you been at that cooking sherry again?
No, honey, I'm telling you the truth. That dress make you look great now.
Well, if I do say so myself, if there's one thing I can do, it's wear clothes.
Yeah, well, I know that. That's our charming friends now. Well, come in, charming friends. Charming to see you.
Yeah, charming to see you, Kingfish. And charming to see you, too, Sapphire. Charm.
Yeah, see there, Sapphire? The whole mess of us is all charmed up here.
Hello, Andy.
Sapphire, I believe you has had the pleasure of meeting up with Miss LaRue here. She's going to be my fiancée for the evening.
How do you do, Miss LaRue?
Hello, Mrs. Stevens.
Well, glad you got you. Can I take your wrap, Charmaine?
Oh, thank you, George. Here.
Hey, Charmaine, you better put your wrap back on. You done lost the top of your dress.
Oh, Andy, this is the new off-the-shoulder model that they wearing now.
Yeah, mighty pretty, all right. Sapphire can't wear them things on account of her protruding collarbone. She done sprung it last year while she was lifting the wash tub. Just trying to make conversation here, honey.
Oh, Mrs. Stevens, I don't like to hurry you, but it is rather late.
What you mean?
Well, we're going to be leaving in 5 or 10 minutes. Don't you think you ought to start getting dressed?
Dressed?
Yes, after all, you don't want to go to a nightclub in an old house coat.
Huh. I ain't never been so insulted in my whole life. It so happens I is dressed. And if you want my opinion, I think I look about 4 times as attractive as you do.
Well, I guess this is as good a time as any to start chit-chatting around here. I know everybody sit down around here and we'll start talking about interesting things like art and the opera, museums, and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, I'll sit right here.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody comfortable? Good. Now for some interesting chit-chat. Well,
Yeah.
You comfortable, Charmaine?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
You comfortable in that chair, Sapphire, dear?
I have been for 20 years.
Well,
Yeah.
chit-chat seems to be dragging a little around here. Ain't nobody done been to the opera or the theater lately?
Oh, yeah. I was at the theater last night.
Oh, the theater. Oh, good. Yeah, well, tell us about it.
Yeah, well, first of all, Bubbles Laverne come out on the runway.
So much much for the theater. I think we better all get on over to the nightclub, folks.
Yeah, let's get going. I done had enough of this chit-chatting.
I agree. I think we've been sitting here long enough. Andy, you done stepped on the hem of my dress and tore it right up the back.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't worry about it, Sapphire. I think it'd look a lot better that way.
Sapphire, you're right in style. You has got a plunging back line. Look at
Well, that was some evening we had last night, George.
Well, now, let's forget about it. Ain't no sense in me and you trying to find happiness. I done come to that conclusion. It just won't work.
A fine evening going out with Andy and that stupid Charmaine and sitting in that smoky nightclub. And on top of that, you got to go and give me the hay feast.
Well, you forget about it. I don't even want to talk about it.
And what about my pivot, too?
It's all right. I got it in my wallet.
What time is it, George?
5 after 10. Look, I was just thinking.
Shut your big mouth. We're missing the Happy Harringtons.
Now, don't turn them on. Since you've been listening to them, we has been fighting more than ever.
I'll listen to them if I want to. I'm going to turn on the radio. There.
Now, that settles it. I was going to get out of here, and this time it's going to be for good.
George, I want to tell you something.
You keep your big mouth shut.
And this is Happy Henry saying good morning to everybody, everywhere.
And you shut up, too, you big bum. Oh, I tell you, boy, since me and Sapphire tried to imitate them Happy Harringtons, I ain't never been so unhappy in my life.
Oh, come on, Kingfish. Pull yourself together. You've been blubbering around here for the last half hour. Ain't he, Amos?
Yeah, well, this is the craziest thing I done ever heard of, fella. You know, Kingfish, you listen to the people on the radio, the Harringtons that is happy, and it makes you unhappy.
Yeah, the whole thing done ricocheted right back on you.
Well, Kingfish, I hope that you and Sapphire can work out something, because 22 years of fighting is too much, you know that?
It sure is. Why don't you cut out the fighting? Even Joe Louis retired.
Well, I'd cut it out if I could to find some way, but... Oh, I have out of my mind, boy. Yeah, well, let me know how you make out. I got to get on home.
Yeah, well, so long, Amos.
Hey, look who's coming in there. Shorty the barber.
Well, if it ain't, I'm glad that it's a pleasure. I never, you, and you too, Amos. Say, Kingfish, what's wrong with you? You really look down and dumb.
Well, Shorty the Kingfish here done got himself all upset trying to get his married life happied up.
Yeah, well, Kingfish, there's no reason that you and Sapphire shouldn't be happy.
What do you mean?
Well, after all, you got a wife who's beautiful. You was an intelligent man. She's got a personality. You got a character that... You're worse off than I thought.
Well, the trouble with married life is that I've been trying to pattern it after the Happy Harringtons on the radio, and the thing blew up in my face. Yeah, I done all the things that the Harringtons done. I give away candy, flowers, took out, and everything else.
Well, the damn outside things hell, but they ain't what really does tricks.
Yeah, well, you're right. The damn Harringtons must have some secret of happiness, and I can't get a grip on. I wonder what they got there. Don't know nobody know.
Well, if you want the answer, Kingfish, the thing is simple. Go right to the Harringtons and ask them.
Go right to the Harringtons? See, I never thought of that. Yeah, that's the idea. That's right. And that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Sapphire right down to the radio studio tomorrow morning and talk to them two people.
Say, you know, I was just thinking, Shorty, you know so much about marriage. How come you ain't never got married?
Yeah, Shorty. Oh, don't you ever get lonely for the companionship of the opposite sex?
Me get lonely? Man, don't be silly. There's at least 25 gals who just died to... I know 10 gals that's always ready to... there must be 5, 3... well, there's 2... there's 2... Do you know where I can buy a dog?
Well, Sapphire, the Harrington said that they would see us in their dressing room before the show went on the radio.
Well, George, I'm certainly anxious to talk to them. This is the best idea you'd have ever had.
Yeah, well, here's the dressing room right here. Say on the door there, Happy Harrington, that's the name.
Yeah, well, George, I don't want you to start no trouble with me in front of these people. All I want to do is find out their secret.
Yeah, wait a minute, I'll knock. Well, I hope they got the answer to our problem. Mr. Harrington?
Yes, and what can I do for you two lovely, lovely people?
We is Mr. and Mrs. Stevens. We got an appointment with you.
Oh, yes. Well, do come in.
Thank you.
And now I want you to meet my charming wife, Harriet. These lovely people are the Stevens.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Stevens. So nice of you to call. Do sit down.
Yes, ma'am.
How you do?
You sit here, Mrs. Stevens, and darling, you sit right here.
Yes.
Now, what can we do for you? Harriet and I are always ready to help members of our great radio family. Aren't we, Harriet, darling?
That's right, Henry, sweetheart.
Well, in a nutshell, what me and my wife want to find out is where you all getting all this happiness from. That's what we want to know.
Well, my dear Mr. Stevens, we feel that the reason most married couples fight and argue is because they really don't know each other. I think you and your wife ought to take time off and get acquainted with each other.
No, that's the trouble. That's why we went wrong in the first place.
Couldn't you just tell us something that would make us as happy as you two?
Well, maybe we could. You see, Mrs. Stevens, years ago, when I got the idea for this radio program and took it and sold it to the network...
Oh, Henry, dear.
Yes, Harriet, darling.
You said you got the idea. If you remember, darling, the idea for the program was mine.
Oh, yes, that's right, sweetheart. What I meant to say was, when I took the program and sold it to the network...
Angel. Both of us took the program to the network.
But, honey, if you recall, I was the one who did the talking.
But, Lamb, I was the one who told you what to say.
Dear, I don't like to disagree with you, but the truth of the matter is it was my idea from the start.
Your idea? You never had an idea in your life.
Don't you laugh at me, Miss Big Mouth.
Don't you call me Big Mouth, you smirking oaf.
Oh, am I? I've got a good mind to...
Lay a finger on me and I'll flatten that pinhead of yours.
Would you two mind stopping the fighting here and tell us what makes you so happy? That's it.
You keep out of this. Now, who's calling who a pinhead? I ought to wring that scrawny neck of yours.
I'm not taking that from you.
Now, wait a minute. Put down that lamp.
I'll put it down where it'll do the most good.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is station KTIX, welcoming you once again to the happiest half hour in radio. However, due to an unforeseen accident, we regret that the happy Harringtons will not be with us this morning. But the show must go on. And fortunately, we were able to rush in a last-minute substitution. And here they are, the happy Stevenses.
Good morning, darling.
Good morning, Sapphire. Happy, 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 happy. Folks.
See you next Sunday.
Stay tuned to the Edgar Murray and Charlie McCarthy program, which follows immediately over most of these stations. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Another cup of Maxwell House coffee, George?
Sure. Pour me a cup, Gracie. Maxwell House is always good to the last drop.
Oh, that's good, too.
Yes, it's Maxwell House Coffee Time, starring George Burns and Gracie Allen. With yours truly, Bill Goodwin, our postman Mel Blanc, and the music of Meredith Wilson and his orchestra. And as our special guest tonight, Harpo Marx. For your Thursday night enjoyment, it's George and Gracie. And for your everyday coffee drinking enjoyment, it's Maxwell House, with extra flavor in the blend because of choice Latin American coffees skillfully combined. Extra flavor in the cup because Radiant Roast develops the full flavor of every coffee bean. And the result is that today more people buy Maxwell House than any other brand of coffee in the world. Well, this morning, we find the Burnses in their living room, where Gracie has just finished writing one of her daily newspaper columns.
There, all done. And one of the best columns I've ever written.
What's today's column about?
All about my wonderful idea to solve inflation.
What's your idea?
Well, why not establish a board to control prices and not let them get too high?
We have a board like that. It's called OPA.
You mean someone stole my idea before I
Yes, it
even
got
had
around.
it?
Yes.
Oh, darn. What did you say the board was called?
OPA.
How do you spell it?
OPA are initials. They stand for Office of Price Administration.
My goodness. How did you find out all this stuff?
There's a leak in Washington.
Oh, what
I know Max Gordon.
Story. I'll put this all in my column. Boy, I'd like to see Drew Pearson's face when it appears.
Oh, yes, he'll be amazed.
Oh, I'll say. He'll probably sit up all night and wear himself out working on the same idea. And then tomorrow morning, he'll read my column, and there he'll be, pooped and scooped.
Made a double act out of him, huh? Gracie, let's stop this nonsense. You know absolutely nothing about national affairs.
Oh, no? Well, you just ask me any question about national affairs, and I'll snap out an answer just like that.
Okay. Who's the Speaker of the House?
I don't know. Next question.
What's Secretary Schwallenbach's job?
Never heard of him. Keep coming, brother.
That's enough. And you compare yourself to a man like Drew Pearson. Why, he knows everybody in Washington who has a job.
So do I, and some Republicans, too.
You're a good mixer.
Anyway, my column is different from Mr. Pearson's. He only writes political news, but I write all kinds, even Hollywood gossip.
Hollywood gossip?
Mm-hmm. Now, listen to this little tidbit from my tomorrow's column. I say, it is rumored about the Hollywood night spots that Clark Gable wears false ears.
Gable wears false ears?
Now, I don't say he does. I only say that's the rumor.
But where did the rumor come from?
I started it.
Gracie, you can't print stuff like that. You have to stick to the truth.
Who wants to read the truth? It's too dull.
Oh, fine.
And now take my second item. It says, is Margaret O'Brien really a 37-year-old woman?
But she isn't.
Do I say she is? I just asked.
Murder.
And here's my third item. Boris Karloff, Hollywood's leading horror man, has had his face lifted. In his next picture, he will play the part of Tom, the fun-loving rover boy.
Gracie, you can be sued for libel. You just can't say
Hi,
things
Burnses. Well, what goes on here?
Oh, I'm bawling Gracie out because of all the stuff she puts in the newspaper column. Tomorrow she was going to say that Hollywood's leading horror man had his face lifted.
Really? They didn't do a very good job on you, George.
Look, comic. Gracie has been printing lies in her column, and I don't like it. I've always been honest.
Well, sure you have.
Why, when I was a little kid, I picked Lincoln as my hero because he was called Honest Abe. I copied him. I followed him.
You voted for him.
Oh, what's the use?
Only kidding, George. You know, Gracie shouldn't use those phony gossip items. What she needs is a fella to snoop around and dig up stories that actually happened.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. Would you like to take the job, Bill?
Well, no, Gracie, I wouldn't have time, but I will give you a hot flash to use in your column tomorrow. A juicy bit of scandal.
What is it?
Well, you can say that the handsomest young actor in Hollywood kissed a married woman while her husband just stood there with a stupid look on his face.
Oh, really? When did that happen?
Just now. So long.
Someday I'll punch that guy right in his dimple.
Oh, don't be huffy. Bill's plan will solve everything. I'll get somebody to spy on the stars and tell me what they see.
But who'll you get?
Well, why don't you do it, George? A job like that would be a nice change from, well, whatever it is you do.
You mean give up my pickle store? Me spy on people, oh no.
Oh, please, dear.
Nothing doing. I'd have to follow Betty Grable around. I'd have to peek into Lana Turner's window and hide under Rita Hayworth's... Say, that wouldn't be a...
George.
Okay.
Come in.
Good morning, all.
Good morning, all.
Meredith, you may be the very man I'm looking for. I need someone to collect gossip for my column.
Then I'm your man, Gracie. Back in my hometown of Mason City, Iowa, I used to do a gossip program on the radio. Called it Inside Mason City with Scoop Wilson.
Good thing it wasn't Don Wilson. You couldn't get inside Mason City with Don Wilson.
Meredith, what sort of items did you do?
Well, I'd usually open with a shocker to get their attention. Something like, Flash, what Holstein is holding hoofs with what popular bull?
That was the shocker that got their attention.
Yes. Then I'd broadcast news of special interest to the Iowa farmers. The progress of the fight against the corn borer. The latest news...
What's a corn borer, Meredith?
Well, that's just what the name implies, Gracie. A pest who loves corn and who loves to bore. They call it the corn borer.
I thought they called you Scoop Wilson.
Sure.
Well, it's a little joke, yes.
I'll see you two geniuses later. This conversation upsets me.
Do you think I might qualify as your snooping reporter, Gracie?
No, I'm afraid not, Meredith.
No.
I need someone who can sneak right into people's homes and spy on them.
Oh. Say, I saw a thrilling spy picture called Night in Casablanca. Maybe you could hire someone from the cast.
Oh, were there any exotic, seductive spies in the picture?
Oh, yes. There was one very attractive blonde spy. His name was Harpo Marx.
Harpo Marx?
Yeah. In Night in Casablanca, all of the Marx brothers are spies. It was a thrilling picture. I was glued to my seat for 2 hours.
Glued to your seat? Well, wasn't it embarrassing when you got up and your pants didn't?
By the expression glued to my seat, I simply meant I couldn't leave. All of Crosby's horses couldn't have pulled me away.
Well, some glue is stronger than others. Meredith, you've given me a wonderful idea.
I have?
I'll go over to the Marx Brothers' house and hire one of them as my snooping reporter.
Which one will you get, Gracie?
Well, either Groucho or Chico. Harpo doesn't talk.
That's right. He's the dumb one. All he does is chase beautiful women.
Yeah, well, he's not so dumb. See you later, Meredith. I hope the Marx Brothers are home. Oh, it's Harpo. How do you do, Harpo? I'm Mrs. George Burns. Oh, thank you. You think I'm pretty, huh? My figure does things to you? You just can't take your eyes off my face? I'm young and alluring and irresistible siren. I fascinate you. Oh, you little devil, what a line you've got. Tell me, where are your brothers, Groucho and Chico? Oh, I see, playing cards. What are they playing, poker? Bridge? No. Well, what are they playing? Oh, gin. You know, I can understand you just fine. How would you like to be my snooping reporter and go around and spy on people? Oh, wonderful. Now you can come to my house and do
On Mobile Bay. It's Meredith Wilson and his orchestra. Meredith, it seems to me that tune you're playing is a real old-timer.
Oh, yes, it is, Bill. It's called On Mobile Bay and was composed back in 1910.
Really?
And by the way, have you ever sailed down the great shipping bay?
No, Meredith, but many's the time I've walked along the weather-grayed wharves. And what a sight it is to see all the different steamships and freighters from far-flung ports. Why, they hail from Europe, the Windward Islands, the Caribbean, New Zealand, Hawaii, and from many other corners of the world. And then there's all the hustle and drama of men and cargo booms landing the exotic freight. Mahogany logs, sandalwood, spices, and tropical fruits and barks. Mobile Bay is certainly a unique and colorful part of our American scene. And, you know, I can't help thinking, too, how it's no wonder that Maxwell House coffee has become so much a part of the American scene. For this nation of coffee lovers have enjoyed the richly mellow flavor of Maxwell House for generations. And today it's bought and enjoyed by more people than any other brand of coffee. There's good reason, too, for Maxwell House is a skillful blend of these choice Latin American coffees, each chosen for its own special contribution. Manizales for mellowness, Medellins for richness, other choice Latin American coffees for vigor, and Bucaramangas for full body. The result is a blend so flavorful, so satisfying, that north, east, south, and west, coffee lovers agree Maxwell House is downright good. Good to the last drop.
Serious, Gracie. You hired Harpo Marx as your snooping reporter?
Well, sure.
Well, what good is he? He doesn't talk.
But he honks.
So does a goose, and that you can eat. You better get rid of him.
Well, I've got him out working on all kinds of scoops right now. For instance, wouldn't it be wonderful if he could get the inside story of how Mickey Rooney kisses his wife goodbye?
Huh?
Well, maybe he can find out the name of the fellow who boosts him up.
I see what you mean.
Oh, there's Harpo. What do you bet he's got a wonderful scoop? Come in. Hello, Harpo. Oh, I'd like you to meet my husband, George.
And beep beep to you.
Did you bring me the scoop, Harpo? Good, let's have it. Oh, no, not a cold scoop.
Smart as a whip, this kid.
Harpo, let me explain to you what a scoop is. For instance, if you knew a story about one of Hollywood's great lovers that no one else knew, that would be a scoop. Oh, you mean you've got such a story? Oh, wonderful. Who's the great lover? Clark Gable? No, huh? Errol Flynn? Not him either. Jerome Power? Well, who is it then?
Oh, no. Spring is here.
Now, George, this might be a very interesting story. Tell me about it, Harpo. I suppose there's a girl involved. know if that's 3 plain ones or 1 knockout. Oh, 1 knockout. Then you have a rival, I suppose. Oh, I thought so. What sort of a fella is he?
He doesn't like a villain.
No, he sounds like a cad. Now, when did all this take place, Harpo? Oh, yeah, I see. Saturday night. Now, exactly what happened on Saturday night? Oh, you called on your girl. Were her mother and father home? Oh, just her mother.
This is the greatest story since Lost Weekend.
Well, what happened next, Harpo? Did you take your girl over to the sofa? Uh-huh. And then what? Oh, I see. Well, how do you feel when you kiss your girl, Harpo? She must be quite a girl. All right, you were kissing her. Then what? Uh-huh. And was there someone at the door, maybe? Uh-huh. Who was
Got
it?
to shoot backwards, but we got it in.
The rival, huh? And what did he want? Oh, same thing you wanted. Well, did he take your girl away from you? Oh, poor Harpo. Did you find someone else to neck with? Oh, yeah? Who was she? You had to take her mother. Well, I guess the young girls don't go for you. The Bobby Socker's like a different type of man.
He's rattling bones.
Well, that's who they like, Frank Sinatra.
Well, you see, Harpo, it's too bad that you can't serenade the girls like Frankie Boy does.
Ooh, that's right. You have your harp. Oh, show us how you woo the girls with that. was wonderful, but I still need a scoop for my column. Something exciting like a robbery. Find out who held up Hetty Lamar and Dorothy Lamore.
And find out who held up W.C. Fields.
Oh, I didn't know he was held up.
You don't think he can stand alone, do you?
Oh, George, this is a serious assignment. Now, get going, Harpo. Get me a big scoop on a robbery.
Gracie, that guy's a complete jerk.
He is not. He's a brilliant man, and he has a brilliant future.
Brilliant future?
Yes.
He can't talk.
I know. Wouldn't he make a wonderful congressman?
We want a reporter. Get rid of Harpo and get yourself someone intelligent.
Come in.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Burns. And Mr. Burns.
Oh, hello, Mr. Postman.
Hello, Mr. Postman.
Did I interrupt the family tete-a-tete?
I was just telling my wife she ought to get a new helper. The one she's got is a complete jerk.
But she loves you, Mr. Burns.
Oh, Mr. Postman, the helper George referred to is that famous fellow who's always chasing girls. And he wears a blonde curly wig.
Oh, Bill Goodwin.
Yeah, that's close enough.
If you two will excuse me, I'll see you later.
Well, you still didn't guess who my helper is, Mr. Postman. It's Harpo Marx. He's my snooping reporter.
Oh, I see.
How would you like to help him snoop? As a postman, you visit all the celebrities' homes.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Burns, but postal regulations forbid a letter carrier to use his position or equipment for personal gain. I can't even blow my postman's whistle at a girl.
Oh, really?
That's right. I did it once and got 17 years at hard labor.
Oh, just for blowing your whistle at a girl?
Yes. I later married her.
Well, I guess you can't help me then.
No, but here comes Mr. Goodwin. Perhaps he can suggest someone.
Yeah, I'll ask him. Hello, Bill.
Hi, Gracie.
Good afternoon, Mr. Goodwin.
Good afternoon, Mr. Postman.
Bill, I hired Harpo Marx as my snooping reporter, but George doesn't think he's so good.
Really? Well, why'd you hire Harpo?
Well, he's a spy in the Marx Brothers' new picture, Night in Casablanca.
Oh, well, yes, I saw the picture last night, Gracie. What a love scene with Carol Davis. Wow.
Oh, no, Bill. The girl in the picture was Lois Collier.
Well, yeah, but I was in the balcony with Carol Davis.
Oh, Mr. Goodwin.
Well,
I envy you your gay, romantic life.
You do?
I do. Always a different girl. Once you marry one, the glamour is gone.
Really, Mr. Postman?
Oh, yeah. What a mess at night. Wrinkle cream, foundation cream, chin strap, curlers.
Oh, but Bill wouldn't give that up just because he got married.
Gracie, I'll have you know I employ no such devices to enhance my charm. All I use is a few drops of a tantalizing scent that women can't resist.
Oh, so that's the secret of your appeal.
Well, yes. Behind each ear, I put a wee drop of Maxwell House coffee.
Maxwell House coffee?
Well, Mr. Postman, can you think of anything that has a more delightful fragrance, a more inviting aroma? Maxwell House is appetizing, rich, full-bodied, and mellow. Coffee at its full-flavored best. Good to the last drop.
Well, we finally found out what happens to that last drop. Bill puts it behind his ear.
Why don't you try it, Mr. Postman? Maxwell House has a universal appeal. As a matter of fact, more people buy and enjoy Maxwell House than any other brand of coffee in the world.
Really?
Yes, of course. I'll bet if you try my little trick, Mr. Postman, your wife will grab you in her arms and kiss you.
What a horrible thought.
Oh, Mr. Postman, if your wife is like you say, how did she ever get you to propose to her?
Oh, she turned my head.
Oh, flattery, huh?
No, she just took my head in her hands and turned it till I liked it. Well, goodbye, folks. Remember, keep smiling.
Oh, good. There's Harpo with my scoop. Come in. Hello, Harpo.
The Sunset bus is back.
Well, Harpo, did you get a story about a robbery? Wonderful.
Harpo, I want to apologize. Let me shake your hand.
What did the robber steal?
Wait a minute. A piece of silverware just fell out of her sleeve. He must be the robber.
Oh, no, not Harpo. He probably just had lunch at the Brown Derby and picked up a souvenir.
He had breakfast and dinner there, too. A fine man you hired, Gracie. He's nothing but a crook. A no-good
Oh,
thieving...
now, don't get so excited, George. Calm down. I'll go in the kitchen to get you a glass of water.
Harpo, Marx. Shame on you. Breaking the law for 3 lousy knives. For 5 lousy knives. For 6 lousy... Ashamed of yourself? Aren't you sorry you stole it? What would your mother think if she found out that you walked into a restaurant? If she... How about the Hillcrest? Why, look. You stole it from some poor man. Holy smoke, you've stolen everything but the kitchen sink. That too, huh? I feel sorry for the poor sucker you stole this all from.
Oh, George, I couldn't get you a glass of water. Someone stole our kitchen sink.
Harpo, you mean I'm the guy you robbed? You robbed the fat... You robbed the... You robbed... You robbed the... After my wife and son... That's right.
Until next Thursday, good night and good luck from the makers of Maxwell House, America's #1 brand of coffee.
Always good to the last drop.
Oh, goody, goody Jello pudding tonight. It tastes like Grandma's, only more so.
You ain't kidding, that's right. And just as Jello's 6 delicious locked-in flavors can't be beaten, so the proof of Jello pudding's in the eating.
The Jello twins are hard to find, but keep on looking in your store. When sugar shortages are over, there'll be more.
Just a taste of Jello pudding or a Jello and you know it's the one and only Jello.
Join us again next week when we'll all be back. George Burns, Gracie, Alan Meredith, Wilson's Orchestra, and yours truly, Bill Goodwin. Stay tuned to this station because Bird's Eye Open House, starring Glenn and Shore, is coming on in just a second. Dinah's special guest tonight is Peter Lorre.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.